playing X-Force for Nathan's Angels, and we have Sooner from Grip It and Rip It.
Pinkerton's 5.
Yeah, but he rolled 4 dice and crit, so
well, that's because
you have been a throwing knife.
You get
right?
to well, you get to make a throwing knife after you do the attack.
Gotcha. So that was the follow-up.
Yeah, the
Tizzy, I hate to say it, but I think Magneto's probably the weakest of the. Jesus. I'm not sure I'm allowed to legally say this. I love mommy. Thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if I'm not.
Sooner putting another W under the belt.
Yep.
Got to thank the person that is shackled in his basement. He's given him all the practice he could possibly need.
Yep.
This is incredible. What an upset.
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, snap that one objective, and then run away.
Yep.
He now can't do the runaway piece. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Nebula don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective.
Objective,
in her mind.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, make the game last longer because this is going to be quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Who's playing, bro? Just got here. Brian Freddy, hey, by the way, thank you for joining the Patreon, dude. That was very nice. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We have Pat from Afraid-O's Size 3 Tackle Truck playing X-Force for Nathan's Angels, and we have Sooner from Grip It and Rip It.
Pinkerton's 5.
Yeah, but he rolled 4 dice and crit, so
well, that's because you
have been a throwing knife.
You get
right?
to you get to make a throwing knife after you do the attack.
Gotcha. So that was the follow-up.
Yeah, the.
So like this leg, if you look at this side, you're thinking mostly green. So like you look at this side, you're thinking mostly green. You come over on this side where the light's coming from, and you look at that leg, and it's just like bam, blammo, kapow, Catalina wine mixer, or the chin, because these areas are the ones that jut out the most, so it requires more hair for it to be harder to see. It'll be like the most transparent, and then just make sure you get along the ridge line, or the jaw line. And then just make sure you also make sure it's in front of the ear, because that's where the hair actually grows. So if they have something on their face, that makes it easy. But what you do is you can do a couple layers, and what this will do.
There's Domino. Gotta love her.
Domino. Orders usually in 30 minutes.
Bullseye's
Get
down.
10 pizza points every time you play her.
Domino is definitely a X-Men wine mom.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yep. Baron Zemo.
Bullseye down there at the bottom of the board for Sooner, and then he is going to place his Deadpool right on top.
Deadpool.
And there's Cable, hanging out with his best friend, Baron Zemo.
I look like a spook.
Saying? I'm like a ripe grape. You just gotta step on me. Don't clip that.
Sooner putting another W under the belt.
Yep.
Got to thank the person that is shackled in his basement. He's given him all the practice he could possibly need.
Yep.
This is incredible. What an upset.
Or the chin, because these areas are the ones that jut out the most, so it requires more hair for it to be harder to see. Oh, hey there. Well, hey there, neighbor. You caught me while I was painting. Do you wanna hang out with me?
Are you trying to be Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers, painting
Paint
the hood.
studio?
Painting
the hood.
the hood. Hi, Cheddar. Hi. I'm not a girl. You're a girl. Shut up. Yeah. By the way, the blam thing. You gotta turn off your audio. Turn off your audio. Mute your mic. The blam. really got me. I forgot I had done that. Oh gosh, man, that one got me. Oh my goodness. I got a really good laugh out of that one. So yeah. Ooh, I'm assuming it's Legion, knowing you little frisky boy. I know you like your Legion. Oh man. What a day. What a day.
Hey everybody.
New
Hey everybody.
Kara's also here. Okay, well, I guess we can wait a second. We got 6 viewers, so hi. Let's do our quick little recap of what we did yesterday. So yesterday, we started painting droids. There's 2 R2D2s in Shatterpoint. We finished one of them. Almost. Actually, oh, did I not? I didn't varnish this since last night. I'm a simpleton. Look at me. Look at me and how simple I am. So this one is completely done. We just have to do the varnish, and then we're gonna do some like green goo on here. If anything, I'll actually go varnish this as soon as I could do it right now, actually. Now that I think about it. No, I did. Did I not varnish this?
You varnished a lot of things yesterday.
I don't think I varnished this though. I'm gonna varnish it again just to be safe. Anyway, so something else, something we also did was what we were doing. We finished that, and then we were working on C-3PO with the green because we're gonna do the green jungly type basing, which I'll definitely show you how to do today, which is thankfully pretty easy. And then I actually just have to leave one Soviet guy. I was gonna put some snow on his base and on his little feeties as like a little bit of a warm-up, because I know sometimes it takes people to catch up on where we are. And it kind of gives me an opportunity to show you how I do snow on bases to make it look realistic. So I use Valhalla Blizzard, one of the very few things from GW I actually really still love and use and buy pretty proactively. This one is pretty much empty, as you can see. Cares about talk. Everybody be ready. Everybody be careful. Here we go. So the way I usually like to do it is I'll take a brush that you can't really ruin. This is a silicone tip brush. I grab some of the actual stuff on it and I scrape it on there. And this is very, very applicable to like Star Wars and all that stuff. And we're actually, and funnily enough, we're gonna do this again later with the dirt for R2. But I had a I was trying to do this this morning before I left for work, and I realized that I forgot one. And I was like, oh, actually, you know what? What are the chances? I'll just do it while on stream. That's what we call efficiency. New range troopers. What the heck's a range trooper? Is that like something from Empire? Like home on the range? Or are we talking like a shooting range? Anyway, the way I use this stuff is I'll kind of do like a little spin. I got dirt. I do have dirt. Dirt is coming. Right now I gotta do snow real quick because I forgot to do this morning, and I want these models to be done so that I can varnish the other one so I can show you how to do a goo. That's pretty good. Anyway, so then I'll kind of plop it on there, and I'll take the whatever applying instrument I have. I usually dip it in water just a little bit to give it a little bit of weight so that it'll kind of flow into things a little bit more. Oh! Senor Diablo, Wilmar, he's the man. He just resubbed. We love him. Wilmar, I'm legally obligated to tell you that I love you. And if the Lord above found out how much I loved you, I would not be allowed in.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Wilmar.
Anyway, yep, sorry. Not doing it on the camera. Forgot I'm on camera now. You just kind of just slop it on air.
The guys on the train in Solo. Did you even see that movie? I don't think you watched Solo.
I don't think so.
He didn't want to watch that movie. I watched it by myself.
In the dark. After I verbally abused her, I'm sure too. Is that true? Oh, she couldn't say that because her mic was muted. The guys on the train in Solo. Oh, Solo, as in like the Han Solo movie. Oh yeah, I did watch that. Yeah, it has the Daenerys chick as the main female lead. That's that movie, right? Did I do it? Did I Star Wars? Or was it the chick from Hunger Games?
I don't think anybody in that Solo movie had any previous experience.
We need Jesse. Jesse would know these things. He's a big old Star Wars nerd.
I will say, I mean, I've seen that movie like maybe 2 times.
Somebody fact check us on that one. Who was the name? Yeah, Clark. She was Daenerys, right?
That is the lady who played Daenerys.
Okay, that's what I thought. I did it again. I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. Thank you, Dan.
Hey Dan.
You're the fact checker of PCN. That makes you John PCN. You did it, Dan. Good job. I'll send a letter to Tim.
Dan is indeed the man.
The man. Okay, so we were working on this gold. So the gold itself, I think, is done. I think it looks okay. It'll look better once the rest of the model's done, of course. Dan says thank you.
We thank you, Dan.
Kiara. Oh yeah, that is her name. Kiara. So obviously C-3PO is a pretty simple model. He's just gold and yellow with his eyeballs, and his like inner part, his little tummy, his little tum-tum, I believe is black with some like colored wires, which I'm gonna check right now. And it is called the tum-tum. That is 100%. Yeah. Yes. Gotta pull up the reference pictures because I got a tiny brain. So, and I guess in a lot of ways we could even pick how we paint it, right? But I think black with the colored wires is probably the best bet. So, in clearly prepared for the stream goodness, I have a bunch of crap sitting in the way. So just give me a sec while I get everything out of the way.
Every creative artist always has a big mess. Part of the creative process. Mess is good for you.
Emotionally, I'm a mess. What does that mean?
Clutter means you're being creatively productive.
But what about the mental distress?
You should speak to a therapist about that.
Droid Tum-Tum. Tum-Tum, go! Alright, so we're gonna take some of that old black that we were using yesterday. So I really like Chimeric Black, or Carbon Black. Also could use Satin Black from Pro Acryl. Oh, by the way, new episode of Arachne today. This is the Dunk Master. That's me, if anybody's curious. If anybody's like, hey, do you know who's streaming today? You'd be like, the Dunk Master is.
Nobody in this house calls him the Dunk Master except him.
That's not true. Junk calls me. Okay. So we just take that black, and you make sure you're in the camera. That's how people see with their eyeballs. So what are you guys painting? I heard Cheddar, he says he's painting Legion. What other ranges do we got going on? The ranges, you get it? Because it's the range troopers, but now I'm talking about ranges in a different way because it's a homonym.
You nerd too hard.
It's a word with multiple meanings. I am so close. And we also have to paint his silver leg. Guys, don't let me forget.
See, it's just like that make me think you could enter that fun-off competition.
I don't know. I don't think I'm competitively funny. Let's ask the funniest person I know. Wilmar. Would I do good in a pun contest? So I'm gonna keep that as dark black as possible. So that it stands out against the wires more, because they're actually a lot smaller than I originally thought. And we're gonna switch it up. We'll probably do some like green and red wires, maybe some blue, maybe a white wire, if you're lucky. If you guys mind your P's and Q's, we'll do a white wire too. So make sure you guys don't miss that opportunity. I'm pretty sold. Gar Saxon's actually kind of. I enjoyed that paint job oddly more than I thought I would. I thought the Mandos were actually kind of fun. I think Jesse actually did use Gar Saxon at Adepticon. I think that's actually a model that gets a lot of play, which is cool. Okay, so we're going to start with some red wires. So we're going to use a nice dark red. So I like dark crimson from Pro Acryl, their signature series from, I believe this is the matte one. Yeah, matte 6 swish. 6 swish. I don't know anything. So, just put a little bit of that red right there. We're not going to need a whole lot. That's okay. And we're going to take a real sharp brush. And we're going to make sure there's water in the whistles. And so, it's going to be impossible for you guys to see this. So, just pay attention to the jokes I say, because it's not going to be all that entertaining. Because I'm just going to try and trace these really tiny wires. These things are real small. So, if you want to make fun of me or ruin what I'm doing, this is when you would do the bits redeem, where it's like a scary sound, because it will scare the living bejesus out of me. Because I am not paying attention to anything other
Guys, please, bits it up. I could also start shaking a can of paint right now, Dylan, if you want me to help mess things up for you.
Oh, thank you. Jesus. Chatter Boy subscribing for 1 month.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That actually did work. That scared me. Well done. Thank you.
He hates jump scares.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm a big chicken. You know what? Since he subscribed, Cheddar Boy, how many white wires do you want me to paint? It's up to you now. It's in your hands. My next tournament. Yeah, for sure. You just gotta do the BAM technique. You just slam your hands and do BAM! POW! Catalina wine mixer!
Flip the table.
No, don't flip the table. There's a lot of hard work on that table. Don't hurt my models, please. I'll be very sad. Okay. Probably gonna need some blue wires, so we're gonna use a little bit of that dark blue, the old dark Prussian blue, which we got a little bit from yesterday. And with the beauty of the wet palette, it's still viable paint. Slap chop? That's not an answer. Hi, Rylan. Rylan, weren't you saying something about how you were waiting for Taylor to come back?
I think today Rylan said they wanted to see dirt.
They wanted to see dirt. Who doesn't want a good old-fashioned session of dirt?
Well, Dr. D, you're the one holding us up on this dirt.
Listen. Where's that? Where did I say dirt was first on the menu? You have to the foreplay for the dirt play. Okay?
You didn't. Rylan said dirt.
He said
Rylan wanted dirt.
He said dirt McGirt, actually. He didn't say he wanted dirt. He said peaches. He wanted peaches. Peaches. Huge Jack Black fan, by the way. Absolutely adored him in that movie. Alright, so we're going to use some white blue, which is, again, one of my favorite colors from Pro Acryl, which I use all the time. And it's not even that old. White blue, this is from Vince Ventrilla's. It's definitely one of their best paints. Again, I use this for all my whites. And I definitely recommend you do too. And if you use the code Professional Casual, check out. You actually get yourself a little discount too. That's what I do. And who doesn't want to be like me? A lot of people don't want to be like me. Don't be like me. Be like you. And we take some of that. And we're just going to keep tracing wires. This is some real fascinating stuff, let me tell you. Does anybody have any, like, questions that you're just dying to know about Dr. D? I'll answer relatively truthfully. I'll tell you what my favorite thing on the Wendy's dollar menu is, if you're really nice about it. Which, quite honestly, you don't know a man until you know what his favorite thing on the Wendy's dollar menu is. That is actually true. That's actually in the CIA handbook. And you don't want to
just told me that PCN's live.
Guys, everybody, stop watching. Go watch PCN. Absolutely love those guys. Fantastic stream. I hear Dr. D is going to be there. He's going to talk about dirt. Similar to the way Martha Stewart talks about dirt. Which I'm not sure if anybody's seen that commercial. If not, you should look it up. So, the chickens have large talents. Dirt. Is it true? Is it true we're thrown in the toilet along with the pet gator and that's how you ended up near Boston? Is it true? Oh, was I thrown in the toilet along with the pet gator? Oh, is that how I got in Boston?
Yes, that's exactly how he got to Boston.
Yeah. And we're listening to
I got a job and moved up here.
Technically I did too. Biggest issue with trying to be a Cairo is you have to make sure you have the licenses and all that, because you can't just crack people's bones for fun without the government getting involved. So I had to wait a couple months, because in the state of Massachusetts, the licensing process took forever. Oh my gosh, did it take a ridiculously long time. And I was not in work for like a month waiting for this stupid license thing to happen. Thankfully, Kara had a job, so we moved up here. And we kind of slummed it for a bit. And since then, we've actually still been slumming it. Because it's really expensive up here. Say! Hey, I said focus. It's kind of hard to tell from that distance, but you can start to see the little colors popping up in his little tum-tum. So we just gotta start refining it. So we got red, we got blue, and you sure as bet know we got white, because C-3PO is an American who loves America. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love some good old-fashioned America? All right, so we're gonna take some of that electric blue from yesterday. So these are some of the same colors we used on not C-3PO, R2, and it'll help kind of keep the colors consistent, which is cool. In this case, it's not a huge deal, but it will help keep the model together. I would put this in camera, but you wouldn't be able to see anything I'm doing right now because this is a really, really tiny wire. It is very smooth. Basically, this wire is smooth. And I do ask you to not jump scare me while I'm doing it. I don't want to make a big old myth. If one were to attend Everwinter in January, where is the best place to eat? So I think they said the next Everwinter is going to be at the Hyatt again, which I think is in downtown Boston. I think they... Did we go to the Hyatt last time, or was it... It's the same place as last time?
No, last time we were in Waltham, or not Waltham.
Yeah, it was the Wareham in Waltham, not the Waltham in Wareham, because those two towns are right next to each other.
It was the Westin in Waltham.
Okay. So what are the best places to eat? Living in Boston, I can tell you right now, if you want a good cup of coffee, go to Flower. Flower Bakery is legit. Like, you're gonna try to quit, and you're not going to actually be able to, because that's how legit it is. Absolutely one of my favorite places to get coffee. The mochas there are top notch. What else? In downtown, there's a lot of good coffee.
Station.
There's what?
Ramen at North Station.
The North Station, yeah, that's actually a good choice. That might be a bit of a trip, but it's right next to Chinatown. There's a lot of good, like, authentic Chinese food in the neighborhood, like, right next to where the hotel is. At least if it's where I think it is. Because Berkeley is, like, right around the corner. There's a pretty decent coffee place there. What else is around there? I'm trying to think of places they don't have to take, like, the train all the way across town. Dr. D, will you ever do a Bushido podcast? I'm super interested, but don't know where to start. So, I should, quite honestly. I think that the Bushido game is really, really fun. I have found that the competitive side of it is very, very aggressive, to say the least. That is a game that if you go into it where you don't want to, like, know all the combos of every model that is in the game or blah blah blah, you will notice yourself fighting uphill. If you want a good starting place, there's a couple different things you can do, depending on the faction that you're interested in. They might have... So if you want to get into Bushido, I would look at the factions. There's definitely some skew, yeah. Diablo's correct about that. It's a great game. I think the system is actually, like, one of the best out there. But the like, the differences between a model from one faction to another for only, like, a few points difference is like, it's kind of insane, like, what you get for, like, just a few more points. And I think some factions benefit from that a little bit more than others, which is fine if that's what you want to play. But I've noticed that when I go there to play it competitively, I get a little I don't want to say feels bad per se, but I definitely am kind of like, this isn't quite what I wanted. I wanted samurais killing each other in a field, and it turned into a man with a basket full of snakes bonking me in the head and killing my models that I can't stop them. Which is fine, especially when it's against Senior Diablo, because then you're just having a great time. And we do. And every single time we play it, we definitely enjoy it. But there's definitely some parts of it that I think need a little bit of attention. But to answer your question, when will I do a podcast for it? Honestly, I could probably see myself doing it pretty... thank you. I can see myself doing it pretty soon. We're getting to a point in content where I'm starting to think, like, what do we want to talk about this week? This next episode, we're going to be talking about a book called Downfall, which is the very first Infinity novel. And spoiler alert, I actually thought it was really, really good. I'll be going on there with Ernie, and it should come out in 2 weeks. By the way, OC Panda, thank you very much for appreciating Arachne. The Dunk, I'm the Dunk Master. Pick it up on Streamlabs. It's really comfortable. This is the new, well, not new, I guess it's not new anymore. It's the Women of Infinity shirt that is actually officially licensed, by the way. We got permission from CB to do it. So, CB actually really appreciates what we do, and I am absolutely fascinated by that. But, to answer your question, we could definitely do one soon. Maybe not the next one, maybe the one after that. I could see us doing it. And you know what? That's actually a really good topic for it to be about, is how to get into it. To give you a quick answer, I would say look through the factions, find which one you like the most aesthetically, because they're all fairly viable. I don't think any of them are really bad, per se. But what you'll notice is that some of them will have something called a theme box. And a lot of times, you can buy a theme box and actually be done, because a lot of the themes only play with like themselves. Like Inari is a really good example of that in Temple. So the Inari are fox spirits. You can use them in a lot of the other parts of the faction. That's 3 asterisks. Diablo. That's not a shirt. It's not. This isn't a shirt at all. What are you talking about, big silly idiot? But what I would do is I would look through them aesthetically. If there's a what is it? A faction? I think it's called a theme. If it's a theme box, you could buy that, and you'll actually have like 100 rice and some extra, and you could just start playing. If you don't like any of those, what you can do is buy the starter, which they're a little old. They do update them on occasion. And they will give you a little bit of a taste for the different ways to play the faction. So, for Ito, for example, it has one of the wizard ladies. It has some of the blessed, which are like the snake people. Well, at least the snake worshippers. And then it also has some of the peasants. So it's like if you wanted to, you could play them and you could be like, oh, I really dig this witch thing that they're doing. You could skew into that, and there's a theme for it. All of the all of the faction boxes, the starters, come with a theme, which is usually the most open in the faction, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Somebody tell me I'm stupid. I'm not making sense. Because if I'm not making sense, then I need to remedy what I'm doing. Because then I could explain. I'm just looking for an orange red. Go about your business. I think I'm just going to use a yellow. My desk is an absolute pigsty. Because of all the things that I am excited to paint on the stream. Thanks. So I'm going to use a little bit of cold yellow. I'm not going to use a lot of this. I'm just going to pull a little bit out of the cap and mix it with the red just to make a little highlight. I don't really want to use rocket science on something that's super, super small. So then you got this like kind of yellowy red. And I'm just going to give the red wires just a little love. I apologize that not a lot of this is, is visible on the camera. I'll get it as close as I can, so that maybe you can pretend with me, that you can see what I'm doing. I promise the next thing we do will be a lot easier to see. So next week, I don't work for a few days, so I might actually, I might stream all day, to be honest. Maybe I'll like start earlier in the day and then do a little bit of streaming later because I'm not going to be working. And what I might do is try and set up the paint-along idea that I have, where you guys can photo dump in some things that you're painting while I'm painting on stream, and then we can look at it and we can talk about it. So if you guys have like questions or concerns, or you want to show me how much of a better painter you are than me, then you could do it. Isn't that fun? I'm having fun just thinking about it. Alright, gonna get a little bit of the white just to refine up some of those white wires a little bit. Alright, and then we're gonna use a little bit of sky blue just to have the blue super highlights, and we're just gonna start nicking the blue wires. So actually, as you can see, as I say that, the more and more you look at it while I'm painting stuff, you're like, oh, I can actually see those wires now. And what I will do to help with some of the starkness of the highlights on this is I'll probably cover that in the dirt stuff, because the inside of C-3PO is probably pretty dirty from running around on his space adventures. So it'll kind of tone it down a little bit, but it should keep some value. Thank you for listening to Arachne, OC Panda. That really does. That's actually that's a highlight of the day. I really like to hear that. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyeballos, which he's a robot. He doesn't have an eyeball. He's got like an eye lens thing. So classic Scrag Brown. I promise that's what it is. Let's see. I swear. Oh god. It's covered in so much junk. There we go. Scrag Brown. What? No. Why would I want gloves? I'm gonna poop my pants. I'm always gonna poop my pants. So we're just painting the eyeballs with this brown. This brown works best for yellows, I have found. I'm working on Hondo box for just a little. Yeah. I'll be honest. Hondo was one of the very few characters in Shatterpoint where I was like, actually, you know what? I kind of want to buy that just to paint it. Hondo really grew on me. I thought he was really irritating in the first couple episodes of Clone Wars. But actually, he really did grow on me. He actually is a pretty cool character. Probably one of the highlights there. Alright, there you go. As you can see, there's some of that brown. I made a little bit of a mess there. That's fine. I'll just grab a little extra gold. Just kind of clean up a little bit. Hi, Dennis! Hope you're having a wonderful day. Slaving away for old Jesse. Like the rest of us. Jesse brought us all together. That's the one thing he did do. He did do that. Okay, so now we're going to use Phalanx Yellow. As soon as I find where Kara left it. Kara likes to use paint and then leave it somewhere where I can never find it. On my desk that's already a mess. To her defense, it's been a weird time trying to paint all the things that I want to paint. I can't see it. Okay, well, you know what? That means we get to... Oh, it's because it's in this. No, that's not the right one. But you know what? Oddly enough, I think it's okay. So we're going to use this. We're going to use this new yellow, Bismuth yellow. Had a bit of a paint explosion there when I was transporting this stuff. Bismuth yellow is from Rogue Hobbies, who is, I believe, a YouTube channel. I actually have not watched any of her stuff. Hey. Yeah, because you guys have your hobby nights on Thursday. It's like every other Thursday or something like that, right? And you do it over at Chris's house, right? Yeah, okay. And you get to hang out with his dog, who's adorable. Yeah, is he just not doing the stream thing anymore? Because I remember he was trying to like stream one of the tables that was at your hobby night. Did he just? Okay, so garage for that. So that's MCP. Got it. Yeah, is he just not? Okay, so you guys alternate between the two. Oh, that's cool. Even a weekly thing. That's awesome. Did he just give up on the stream thing? Yeah, we're using this bismuth yellow. Start poking some light there for his eyeballs. There's like 3 other what is he streaming? I know he has his basketball thing. I'm just gonna look to make sure the eyeball of his is. Yeah, it's got like a black center to it. Okay. All right, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take. Oh, it's right. Would you believe it? It was. Everything's fine. It definitely wasn't just looking at me. So we're gonna take some pure white, put it over here. We're gonna mix a little bit of that yellow in there with it to make it even brighter white yellow. Sports, yeah, sports. Him and his, Chris and his sports ball. Okay, so there we go. We got some yellow eyes there. Pretty simple. Just poking in color. Not rocket science. So now we got to try and see if we can get some kind of iris to him, even though, you know, he is a robot, so he doesn't really have like an iris per se, but he has like a thing that I guess you could tell the direction his eyes are looking or whatever. I'm not a robot scientist. So we're gonna use a micron pen. I'm gonna use a micron pen with a bit of a bigger dot. So this is a 2. Usually I use a 0.5. So let's see how this works. Make sure when you're doing this you hold your breath so it keeps your hands steady. I think I got the point across. There you go. That works. You might start hearing some dog warfare in the background. It's not me abusing my dogs, I promise. I like that. I think that works. That works out pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to paint his right foot silver. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep talking, but I am going to varnish this other R2 so that we can actually finish him. So, I'm not abandoning the stream. I'm just working in a different part of the house. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Done. That way I can show you guys how to do the green drink stuff. Alright. Where was I? Silver. Silver leg. So we're gonna use a little bit we're gonna make sure we take our really sharp brush and get it out of the way so we don't use it like a doofus. Use a little bit of an older brush. Starting to lose the old tip. Take some black. Put it over there. Some scale 75 trash metal. Trash. You know who else was trash? Sporky was trash. Correct. We have a winner. You guys didn't even try. And just because there's like a 10-second delay between what she heard and you guys hear. I don't think it matters. You had your chance and you didn't take it. Alright, so we're taking some of that black, mixing it up with that silver. A little bit of water, just to keep it honest, so we don't get a chunk. Now, I want to say it's just the leg. I don't think it's the knee. I'm not sure if it's the side of the leg. Of course, I just can't get an easy picture of that. Okay, it looks like it is his entire leg. So, including the like swivelly knee joint. Now, when you're doing this, you can be kind of unneat with the ground because we're going to actually completely change it here in a second. Just make sure you don't ruin any of that previous paint job. And you might be thinking to yourself, man, Dylan's lost it. Dr.Dees losing his mind here. This is gonna be it. This is where he's lost his mind. But let me tell you, this is what Jesse wanted. So he's only got himself done. Now that I actually have something I can show you. Also, Wilmar, I did see your thing saying what you were painting. I saw you were going to paint a Malifaux model after. What are you going to do? You're going to paint the most OP model in all of Malifaux? You going to Greg me? We're going to play on Wednesday! Fight the power. Fight him. I don't think Jesse could. You know what, Dennis? I think together we could probably take him. I don't think he could stop us. I think we could probably beat him up. As long as this kid doesn't get involved. I hear she's a hurricane. There you go. Silver leg. Boom. Blammo. Pow. Autofocus. Why? Why you do? So, now, just a little bit of the regular trash metal. A little bit of that trash. What did you finally do, Cheddar? Did you find a lady who finally loves you? Or a guy? Or a guy? Oh no, the contrast spill. No. Actually, I don't think I've ever spilled contrast. I have spilled wash. I did finally do that. Interview for this Wednesday only. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Which two masters is it? Is it Perdita twice? Also, absolutely wild that Malifaux, you could bring two masters. Scandalous. Alright, so anyway, to give this leg a little bit of texture, what we're going to do is we're going to take the old brush. Yeah, spilling both of them is awful. It's absolutely the worst. Anyway, I'm taking my junky brush. See a little spray, a little spray on there. Poor little guy. He's done some work for me. And we're going to kind of, I guess, stipple it in a way where it's watered down enough to where it's not like completely opaque. And when you do that, it gives it like a distressed metal look. And you don't have to be super precise with this, because with the last highlight, that's the one where you're gonna really pick out like the upper details of it, just to make that look smoother. You won't be poking that one, but when you're doing the mid-tone, the more you do this, the more distressed, I guess is probably the best way to put it, that the model's gonna look. I don't know why this thing doesn't want to stay focused. Dan, help. I need an adult. So there you go. You see how it kind of gives it like a bit of a beaten up look? Especially there on like that flat part. That's what you're looking for. Me and Wilmar are definitely known as the most competitive players in our local area. We talk about forging a narrative, and that narrative is beating the other one's behind. With a paddle. It's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Okay, now we're gonna take some speed metal. By the way, if I sound like I'm stuffed up, the pollen in Boston has been nothing short of astronomical. That might actually still just be trash metal. I'm a dingus. Don't mind me. I'm gonna grab the correct paint, which is speed metal. I promise. Again, I've used it so much it's worn off. I should probably shake it. Don't mind me, I'm just rocking out. Alright, same thing. Actually, this one I don't really want to have as distress, so I'm going to get a better brush on this one. Grab a little bit of that paint there. And then we're just going to hit the areas that we want to be the highlight. Now remember, if the more you leave of that previous layer, the more distressed it's going to look. And I'm not talking about the kind of distress that I'm going to put Wilmar in this Wednesday at Squabbin' Goblin. But I'm talking the kind of stress that will make you want to eat a fruit roll-up before you go to bed. Like an emotional, a real emotional kind of distressed, you know. Which could also be Wilma after this weekend, after this Wednesday. By the way, if you're watching this and you're in the Massachusetts area, introduce yourself, because you should definitely be playing Infinity with us. Or if you need help finding people to play games, I can definitely help you, because I know where all the MCP players are. And I'll, you know, maybe I'll buy you an ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream? You don't get ice cream, Cheddar. You don't get it. I already have a feeling you're typing something. And, it's not happening. You know how your blood sugar gets. So there you go. That is what it looks like with all the silver on there. Now, if you just look at that by itself, it looks kind of... It looks okay. We're going to make it a little better. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of that dark blue, that dark Prussian blue, and this is the point where most people who don't know me, they're like, oh, this is it. Dylan's lost his mind. Here it goes. It's going to ruin a perfectly good paint job. This dark blue stuff is obsessed about. Now we're going to start glazing it into the shadow areas to give it a more like metallic-y hue. This is definitely the Dr. D method of doing it. If you want your metal to look different, don't do this. This is just, I really like my metallics to look, I guess you could say it's more on the cartoony side. Goes. Dylan's losing his mind again. I'm just here to tell you, dear viewer, that I lost my mind a long time ago. Okay? You don't need to worry about me losing it here. Now this is very, very subtle. So as long as you're doing it right, you're going to want to do this in layers. Just so you don't accidentally like paint it, which you'll definitely know the difference, because you'll go in here with this glaze, you'll slap it on there, and then it doesn't look like you're painting silver anymore. It looks like you just slap paint on top of your silver paint. It doesn't look right. Yeah, don't do that. And if you feel like you're starting to lose the forest for the trees, what you could always do is just go in there with the metal again, and just pristine it up, girl. Just do you, girl. Do it. You're like, oh my gosh, I did it. And again, I'm going to use the glaze a little bit thicker in the areas where the light is not directly hitting it, just to give it like a little bit more like interesting look than just dark metal that's clearly hasn't been highlighted. We're gonna do what you could call the anti-highlight. You could call it the shade. You know what? I'm gonna coin it right now. Nobody else thought of this. It's me. It's the shade. I'm a painting genius. If you see anybody else use the word shade in their paint jobs, they stole that from me, and you need to tell me so I can send them a cease and desist. Stop stealing cool ideas. Yeah, there you go. You can see that for sure, right? You see that blue stank. I love it. I'm gonna go in there with a little bit of speed metal just to do a little cleanup on some of the higher points, just to keep it honest. But at this point, I'm just kind of primping, so you can mess with it all you want until you're happy with it. Which you don't want to over primp, because I notice it stops you from painting your next model, and I would rather be spending time painting my next model than spending too much time painting the one I was painting before. I'm sure that sounds philosophical to somebody. There you go. Boom. Pow. And I think it's done. So I think the models are done. Alright, so now we gotta go to the next step of the plan, which is gonna be painting the base itself brown, so that we could put, so we're getting dirty. Rylan, you did it. You've convinced me. We're about to get real dirty. We're gonna put some stank on this model, okay? So we're gonna take some Rhinox hide. Another paint Deezaster Zone staple, and we're just gonna slap it all over the base. And when we do this, try to be primp about it, but again, we're going to probably dirty up the models anyway, so if you get a little bit on the feet, it's not something I would really like panic about. Now, since we're doing this on a white primer, or base, or whatever you want to call this, I think I airbrushed this, actually. I think that's why it's that color. Anyway, it's probably going to take more than one layer. As you can see, that white is still sticking up through that brown, which is fine. Not the end of the world. But I'm going to do 2 coats just to make sure we don't have anything sticking out. Now, you might be wondering, how is it that we're going to make this look like a forest? Well, I'll tell you, since you're so impatient, Omar. We're going to use Sterling Mud. I really like these technical paints by Citadel. They might cost like $20 a bottle, but I do really like using them. They make my job very, very easy when it comes to painting stuff that I don't want to use my other super expensive and fancy thing, which is dirt I found on the ground in its natural habitat called dirt. But it's good for certain things, so if you're painting it, and depending on when you prime it, so if you want to use real dirt, you have to prime it after. If you prime the model first, or there's something stopping you from putting the basing paste on it, then you just do it after with that. You get like the same effect, really. It's not that big a difference. But if you use real dirt, it'll probably be much more rocky. What is rocky? And when you do that, it will give the models a lot more texture. Actually, as a good example, these guys that I was painting before, this is actually just some of my super expensive outside dirt. And you know what? Honestly, it's good that it's here, because what I'll do is I'll show you the difference between the two. Also, in next week, if I have a little more free time, I will hopefully be doing another painting tutorial that I will post for free on PCN, which will be non-metal metallic gold. And then I might actually do the white tutorial too, if I find time. But no promises. Because I got to go to an Infinity tournament in the end of next week.
You're gonna die.
Kara says I'm gonna die. I will say that that's true, because we all die at some point.
You're gonna die in Florida from the sun.
So the sun is gonna kill me in Florida. That is actually a factual thing that could potentially happen. Yeah, that's true. Me and the sun, we've had a lot of disagreements. That's true. Kara's saying that I can't tell you guys what's going to be in the next episode of Arachne because there might not be a next episode of Arachne because all have caught the dead. Yeah, and the real dirt you need to bake in the oven to prep. Really? I've never done that. Have a challenge yet? What do you mean have a challenge? Oh, you mean at the event in Florida? No, it's a narrative event, and I don't really know a lot of the people in Florida that are playing. I know some of the people running it. So no, I don't actually have a challenge for Dogfinity yet. You're not gonna be at Dogfinity. What do you at? What, you want me to challenge you? Hey yo, I want to challenge Cheddar Boy. He ain't even here. I mean, that's true. Kara's saying I should challenge him just so nobody else can challenge me there. I'm one of the team captains. I'm captain of the Law Dogs. No, I'll be at Cube Free too. I don't think I have a challenge for this Cube Free. Anybody that is curious, if you want to play Infinity with the same crew that Dr.Dees plays it with, there is a quarterly tournament that happens in New Hampshire called Cube Free or Die. They're great. They're definitely one of the highlights of the year for all four of them. One of them is Everwinter. So if you're going to come for one, I would recommend the Everwinter one because that one's the biggest. That's also a satellite. Even though I don't know if there's a reward for winning a satellite right now because Interplanetaria is not happening. Yeah, it can grow stuff you don't want to grow if you don't. It can make models pretty nasty if you microbes grow. No joke has happened early. 40k mold. I have heard of that where all of a sudden like a grass shoot will will come out of your base. I have definitely heard that happening. When it comes to Florida or to Massachusetts, and you go, most of the stuff I get is from the beach. It's like beach sand. I don't think anything can grow there.
More like rocky pebble pits.
Yeah, it's like you might as well be climbing like a flat mountain with all the rocks. Yujing's good. Yujing's a good faction. The JSA aren't in it anymore, but still a good faction. If you like communism. Took over like really? I've never heard that before.
Moldova's not communist, Dylan.
I don't care. She believes in disgusting things like cold fusion. How can you monetize that?
You can't. That's the point.
No, it sounds disgusting to me. Okay, so as you can see, that base is looking mighty brown. There you go. It doesn't have to be perfect, just because when we put the paste on there, hopefully the paste is going to cover all of it. We may not even had to do that. JSA are their own faction now. So JSA is its own thing. So I think they have more stuff in it now. So they're like a mercenary faction now. I find a needle. I saw that again. Thank you, Cheddar. I got a good laugh at that. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I've never seen the mold thing happen before. That I don't. Not that I don't believe you. I can definitely see that happening. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry, and when we do, we'll put some of the paste on there. Kara, can you bring me R2, please? All right, so bar 2 has a. Thank you, Ja. Stop. Nice. So R2, or bar 2, as it's colloquially known, is dispensing drinks, which is what this little nozzle thing is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some Nurgle's Rot. Nurgle's Rot is really good. I love using it for like urban basing and stuff because it makes it look like sewage and stuff like that. It's served me very, very well over the years. All my ninjas. It was weird white mold, but I live in Oklahoma. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys are gonna have things that live there that don't want to live here, like pension plans. They can't survive here. You can't save that company. It's crazy. You didn't hear from me. Listen, there's nothing more cathartic than ripping these little things out, just like the dried paint. Ugh. Yeah. That's what I like. Okay, so to get a little precision here, we're gonna. I don't want to do it that way, but I might not have an option. I don't want to ruin the rim. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna ruin the rim if I do that. So I'm gonna hold it in my hand like a caveman. I'm gonna get myself a real junk brush. Look how junky that brush is. And we're gonna take some of the Nurgle's Rot. Now, Nurgle's Rot is this glossy, technical, like super opaque slime stuff. I'm assuming it's the same stuff that Nickelodeon uses for their slime. I'm not sure that's even a thing anymore, but you can tell I'm from the 90s. So, what he wants is dripping from the paint canister, which I have a really cool idea for that. Yeah, I see the glue over there, so we can definitely do that. We're going to make it look like little strands of goo to make it look thick. And then we're going to put some in the cup, and then we're going to have a little spillage on the bar. So because the top of the cup is solid, it looks like a Yeti cup. So we're probably going to have to do a couple layers of this. So we're just going to slap it on there. put some here, underneath where the nozzle is. Some here, and we'll dirty it up over here. Now this stuff will dehydrate and shrink. So whatever you put down will probably shrink by some margin. So you can, just when you're putting it on there, just kind of keep aware of that. So there you go. From the top, you can see I got a couple spill spots there. And then the cup itself is pretty full. So I'm going to put a little bit more on the nozzle. But we're not done with that yet. I'm going to show you a cool trick. That will definitely up your hopping game for anything like organic or slimy. And you might be thinking to yourself, I think he's lost it. I think Dr.Dees lost his mind. But no, dear listener, I promise. This is Oohoo! This is one of the coolest things I ever learned from Ward. I forget her name. Oh no. She was a really, really early hobby YouTube person. That was back when I used to watch YouTube videos for hobbying. What the heck was her name? Her name is Alexandra. It wasn't Mini Wargaming Girl. It's gonna bother me. I'll look it up later. But she used Oohoo, which had a different container back then. Now Oohoo is a German, I want to say mostly woodworking glue. So if you want to glue your wood, together, I guess you could use this if you really wanted to. But we're not going to do that, because this is not what this stream is about. We're going to use it to make strands of icky goo. Now, the cool thing about what this glue is that's different than like super glue is that it makes strands. And I've never seen any glue do it quite like this, so if you want to learn something really cool, pay attention. Or don't. I'm not your dad. You can do whatever you want. You could go get a drink if you want to. I can't stop you. So whatever you use to apply this will be annihilated. So don't use a brush. Don't use a brush. Because you won't have a brush. So every once in a while you need to find something to sacrifice to the hobby gods. I'm just going to use a used airbrush needle. Cause it's really good for mixing it, and it gives you just enough control of it. Now, there's going to be a point where if you play with it too much, it will become very, like, white. So you do have a limited amount of time to use this. So you open it up. As you can see, already opening it, you can see it. There's one of those strands, and it's really, really, really cool. So I'm just going to slap some down on my piece of paper. As you can see, there's a strand going with it across my entire Oh no. Oh no, my god. There are so many bodies. Now what we're gonna do... I'm a child, sorry. It was a weird one. Interesting, I use low temp hot glue for gooey strand. Yeah, so it's almost the exact same. This stuff, I've had a little more luck with, because you don't have to, like, get out the hot glue gun and all that stuff. Now I'm just going to take some of the goo. Here, here's the glue. And we're going to mix. It's the inventor of soup. I've seen that guy somewhere. So as you can see, I'm starting to mess with it, and it's already starting to get strandy. And what you can do is, again, you got to be quick. So if I was slow because I was showing you, then I'll kind of switch up. But yeah, that might be a little too late. Take some of this, and you dab it. If it wants to stick. I might not have had enough glue. Whatever. Yeah, I waited too long. But you get the idea. And you dab it, and then so what you'll do is you'll dab it, and then you'll pull it, and it'll make the strands. I gotta try again, because I was lollygagging, sorry. Hi, Mike. Mike is one of the leading people for Infinity in the New England area, so if you ever have any questions about Infinity or what to do with your life in general, just ask him. He even subscribed! gosh! What a handsome devil. So, again, this time... Take it, and you just kind of drag it to wherever you want it to go. Hopefully it sticks. Please. Please. I love you forever. Just come with me. So the one thing that you'll learn about this stuff is that you kind of want to hook it around something or get it to stick. Bam! Oh, that's... Oh, you son of a gun. I saw that! How dare you. You're embarrassing me in front of all my... In front of my stream! I'm sorry, guys. I failed you. Don't yell at me. I just can't get it to stick. There we go. Yeah, we look like a booger. No embarrassment. We're painting goo. Nickelodeon goo. A goo? So there you go. Jesse did not ask me to do that, but I think it's really cool, and I don't care. Doesn't that look sick? Sick. And you could do that for a lot of different kinds of, what's the right word to use? So I don't get taken off stream. Bodily fluids. Yeah. Bodily fluids. So if you just use the glue, it will, yeah, it's great for gore. It's really good for blood, too. If you just use the glue, it is clear, so it makes really good drool. Some of the best examples of it, that I've seen used are aliens, or xenomorphs from, like, aliens, where the mouth is open, and they'll put, like, strands of goo in there. Nickelodeon goo is just colored applesauce. I didn't know that. I love applesauce. In front of Vanessa. Oh, you're here, Jesse. Do you think that's cool? Because if not, it's too late. I think it looks sick. I guarantee you, not a lot of people are gonna have that. Yeah, okay. So the client. Only me and him will get that joke. The client is happy. In front of Vanessa. How could you mess up my stream in front of Vanessa? This city. Well, you don't want to lay on your bed, Bobby? Dogs are confusing, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. This model's done. Oh, actually, that's not entirely true. I do want to add a little bit more goo to the cup. The cup floweth. Reminds me of Osmosis Jones, where he goes to the bar and he gets a drink, and the bartender asks him if there's a problem. He's like, "No, it's just the way I like it." Extra disgusting. No one even has the regular. Yeah, you see? So now they're going to look at this model and be like, whoa, Jesse's got the coolest model ever. How did he get that cool gooey effect thing? I want to be him. Also, will you sign my nipples? Yeah, the mucus shot. That's what it was. Yeah, the mucus shots. That's what they were called. gross. Absolutely disgusting. Anything with Bill Murray in it, one of my favorite movies. I'm a huge Bill Murray fan. So there you go. Does that look done to you, Jesse? I grimed up his butt. He's got a grimy butt. He's varnished. The gold looks good. Oh, do you want gloss on the lenses? Because I can do that. Answer the question. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I guess he doesn't want it. So, it's a fantastic movie. Alright, so, C-3PO, you got a silver leg. Okay, you do want it. You were too late, Jesse. It was too late, so, I don't know what to tell you. I'm throwing him in the trash. Alright, so, whenever I paint gems and all that kind of stuff, after you varnish them, I grab a little bit of the old Ard coat by GW. And because this brush is like 1,000 years old, I can't hold brush. I can't hold liquids in the bristles anymore. Yeah, there's a much longer delay than 3 seconds. That is the reason why I did that, because it probably made him stress out a little bit, and I want him to know the pain that he's caused me and Dennis over the years. Okay. A bad brush, but at least a little bit better. Yeah, he was set up for failure for sure. Yep, very much so. Just give it to you to re-gloss. Alright, so we're just taking some of that already. God, he's got us like trained dogs. Pavlovian. And I'm just dabbing it into his little lens holes. Which I'm not sure is... I'm always curious to see what is going to get me taken off. Off of the stream. Lens holes, that's probably one of the more innocent ones, but I bet it's not far. I bet it's not far from what's gonna get me kicked off the stream. Tim is gonna be like, yep, Dylan finally lost his mind. He wouldn't give him such a hard time if Jesse wasn't such a good guy. He is a good guy. That's true. I do like Jesse. I wouldn't have done this for somebody that I didn't like. There you go. I think R2's done. Hey Kara, do you want to bring over the other Shatterpoint models I painted for him? The clones. While she's getting that ready, I will begin the dirtification. They should be in the Galactus. Galactus is what we get. You see, that's why we need Galactus. It's there for directional purposes. It's a landmark. Alright, so we're gonna take some of them. I will say I'm not used to you in a shirt unless it's just the white beaters. Well, it's kind of like a beater. I didn't show my nipples, I showed my inner tattoos, okay? Alright, so just so everybody knows that I'm too legit, I paint a lot of Shatterpoint stuff for Jesse here. Old Jesse, back where I'm from, we call him slave driver. So here's Cody. I painted his 212. And I think that's it. I think I've painted all the clones. Somebody call security. Somebody call security. In front of Vanessa. You showed your nipples in front of Vanessa. He wouldn't. Yep. So, here's Cody. I will fully admit that I painted the orange stuff on him. I was like, good enough for me. Kara was like, that's not good enough. And I was like, fine. And I went back and changed it because it wasn't orange enough. It was probably more yellow. So Jesse, be happy to know that Kara saved you on that one. It was definitely more orange than, and when I looked at it again, I was to admit it. So that was Cody. Here's one of the 212. Dirtied up the base just a little bit. Make it look like they're running around in the desert of whatever planet. We use Deadly Print. I think it's Deadly Print. Lasers. To kind of really... which I introduced to him, by the way. If he ever says that he introduced them to me, I introduced them to him. So, when we were talking about doing this, he sent me a bunch of them. Long story short, we lost a few of them. thanks to somebody. And and yeah, and I'm slowly making my way through it. So I think all the clones are done, which is cool. That's a cool landmark. Anyway, mud time. Who's gonna be a muddy boy? So, boom, Sterling mud. Mud. Actually, you know what? Take a little dip. Oh, stretch. Take me. You guys want to see something cool? Oh, Jesus. That might get me taken off stream. I just showed the guns. Whew. Well, well worth the channel points. Gotta get that dab stretch. Okay, so enough dragging this out. So open that sucker up. Look at that mud. Look at how muddy it is. Mud. So I like my Gamer Gear silicone brush. Poor guy has been beat to heck and back. Them's chiropractic enhance you. You damn right. I can't break HIPAA. Anyway, so we're gonna take some of that mud. Just look at that mud. It's dirty. It's much more liquidy than you think it would be. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slap it on the bash. Slap it on the bash. And you use a little bit of water, and when you do that, it is much easier to work with because it will not want to stick to your application tool. Now, the cool thing is that when this works, it will make you completely forget that the the AMG sculpted base is here. Oh, by the way, at ACO, MCP is listed as a GW game. It's a GW game. Which I got a good kick out of that. Anyway, so you just make sure that when you're sliding this stuff around, you want to get nice, good, even coverage. And we're gonna do something to add a little bit to it as well, because I believe in doing something and then adding to it. Otherwise, your stuff is gonna look the same as everybody else's. Nobody wants that. Good night, Kara. Kara's going to bed, everybody. No kiss? Oh, okay. No kiss, Kara? She's not mad at me. Mike said goodnight. My name's Karen. Don't break a pole, though. I'm not painting. I'm gonna be painting this guy. Similar, but not quite a pole. Because somebody did ask me to paint Achilles, and I don't have Achilles. But I do have that guy. Oh, HIPAA. Don't break HIPAA. Hold on, Mike. You did it again. You made me giggle. You made me giggle, you big old goofball. So the way I recommend you use this stuff is when you are trying to get it underneath something. So let's just say like underneath his butt, like right there, that little cave, little cave area there. I like to get it nice and wet with water. Giggity, and then slip that guy. I'm sorry, Tim. I just platonically spread it underneath there. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. This might be the last stream, guys. Don't tell him. Nobody tell Tim, please. Or I'm gonna get in big trouble. I was here for 10 minutes of it. You're damn right. You're damn right. It was a good run. You know what? I think we gave him. I think we did the best we could with what we had, which was not a lot. But we used what we had, and by goodness, we got here. And now what you'll see is that his foot looks like it's submerged in the mud. Now this stuff, wow, is going to dehydrate, similar to me in the middle of the day because I drink too much coffee, and it will shrink so that it will actually look like it's more level than that. So don't let where it is right there fool you. The one thing I will warn you is that if you get it on the side of whatever, of like the foot, it will look kind of weird when it dehydrates because it will, the level of it will look really off. I'm gonna make track marks. I should. Hold that. I'm actually you asked the legitimate question. Yes, I do intend to do that. Ask a friend how it can be so hands. Oh, thanks. Stop it. Stop it. What it takes is I use a lot of beauty products. I have this very special shampoo I use so that I don't lose my hair because I like my hair where it is. And I use science because I'm a doctor. Mike is correct. We are going to make some tracks. The way you can do it is with any kind of quack. With any kind of quack. Quack. I'm super curious. Well, that just makes you legitimate. So what you do is you just take whatever your applicator is and you just start kind of digging. Now, as you can see, it's still very I guess you can't see. As you can see, it's pretty watery still. So you want to make sure you move the meat of the I guess the texture paint, I guess is what you want to call it. And when you do that, it will because if you only move the water, it won't move the paint itself. And you could put like some drag marks because C-3PO probably doesn't do a good job of like lifting his entire foot because he's like a stiff robot. So we'll make little marks there too. But there we go. Now you can't really see it from the camera because again there's a lot of water there, really masking it. But if you look close, you can kind of see how there's now there's like a little divot in there. So it should make little tracks. Just make sure we keep it consistent with C-3PO's foot. And there you go. That should dry up. Walking because of poor Tim. Man, Mike came in hot!
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Alright, so this is dirt. It's a cup with dirt in it. Anybody that knows Mike, make that joke. Or not Mike. If you know Tim, make that joke out of it. You'll find it very funny. He loves Brian Regan. Anyway, so this is a little bit finer grit sand. So this actually came from a Massachusetts beach that had I don't know how to describe it. Not just rocks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour some out. Not a lot. We're not gonna need a lot of this. Now, it's not dirt. I guess it's technically sand. Although I guess sand is kind of like dirt. Cosplaying Jack Sparrow. Sheesh. Where's the heart? Oh, I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. Wow, what a reference. Anyway, you guys gotta take a pinch. Just a little dash. It is dirt. This dirt. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna be like the salt guy, the salt meme guy, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, look at that. Yeah, give it that texture. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like it. And when you do this, it will make the mud look like it actually has dirt in it. Or not dirt in it, but it'll look like there's a little bit more grit to it. And again, this stuff's super cheap. It's the expensive price of free. Because you could well, it might be harder to find in the Midwest, unless maybe a beach, or I'm sorry, maybe a lake. It does get everywhere. That is, you're not wrong. X-Paxis, you're on fire. You just got here and you're just taking the stream by storm. Please. Leave some stream for the rest of us. There we go. So again, didn't take a whole lot, but when you look at it, you're just like, dang. I got to walking around the woods. Everybody keeps saying, no, I've never cooked sand. I just leave it in a jar. This jar has been in my house for like, since I lived in Quincy, I think, so like 5 years, and nothing's grown out of this. I've used it for all kinds of stuff. I cook other stuff, okay? I'm not allowed to talk about it on stream, or Tim will get mad at me. I mean, it's in an airless container. What could possibly grow in this? Yeah, it is. It's Quincy sand. Well, I think it's... I want to say it's Wollaston. I think I said that right. Wollaston Beach. Anyway, so this is essentially all we can do with this until this the dirt dries, which is gonna take about a day. So this guy will be done tomorrow. I'll actually take pictures of it and I'll post it in PCN, the picture channel, whatever channel that's called. Might be right. Wasn't cook that sand. Okay, yeah, didn't see comments. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will take some of what we did last time with the typhus corrosion. Once this is all dried, I don't want the possibility of messing it up, and it'll also give me an opportunity to play with where the watermark on that the texture paint is. So it'll give me a little more control on that. But I'll just take some of that. I'll really dirty up the bottom of R2. I'll give him what I thought Mike was referencing before was streak marks, and just give him a little dirt on the bottom there. And I'll do the same thing for R2 or for C3. I'm just like on fire today with not being able to pronounce things right. Not saying it's PCN. Yep. Just tell Tim that we're moving into a new industry. We got to corner this market, let me tell you. So we're really gonna dirty up C3PO's legs, and then we're definitely gonna get the inside of his tum-tum, where it'll kind of tone down the color of those wires, because right now they're really vibrant and they kind of draw the eye, which isn't where we want them. And I might go in there with the, you know what, I might as well just do it. I'll take a super sharp brush. I'm talking sharp. I could stab Mike with this thing, and he would die. But we love Mike, so I don't want to stab him. We're gonna clean up the sideball a little bit. And by clean it up, I mean make a humongous mess. This oil bath is going to feel so good. What a reference. Thank the maker. That's better. Okay. So there you go. We did it. We finished the droids. I won't have to pay taxes anymore. Oh, to stab you? That's true. If you're dead, you don't have to pay taxes. That's true. That is actually, that's in the Constitution, I'm pretty sure. The American Constitution. So there you go, boom. And then we got Booger R2, as he will now be known. Look at that Booger. Hopefully that survives shipping. If it doesn't, then Dennis will take care of it, clearly. I know he will. He's a good man. Good man, that good man, that Dennis. And the lenses look good. They look shiny. So there you go. We finished our mission. Now we get to frolic. So I'll leave it up to the stream. We have a few options of what we can paint. I have June from Bushido, who is like a weird back street. Thank you, X-Passes. Booger R2 from Revenge of the Nerds. Taxachusetts. Oh my gosh, if I didn't have to pay taxes anymore, I'd be rich. Anyway, so this is June. He's a Silver Moon Bushido model. He's like a back city assassin or something like that. Back city? Back street. Kind of like the Backstreet Boys. All that. We got that. We got Hector, who is an Aleph recreation, I think is the right word. He's in 012, which is why I use him. I've been meaning to paint this guy for a really, really long time. I think he's an amazing model. I gotta mess with that base a little bit, but as you can see, the base is a little boring because he's just like standing on junk, but it's like disconnected from the rest of the base. Yeah, recreations. Recreations are like Aleph trying to recreate a historical figure. So in this case, Hector from the Trojan War. Who is a commander. He was the one that defended Troy in the Iliad. Not the Odyssey, because he was dead. Because it's after the Iliad. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Or Lando Calrissian in his little, I guess, guard outfit, I guess. I don't think Helen defended Troy. I think she just kind of caused problems by being hot. That's what happens when you mess with hot women. You launch 1,000 ships. I have a Helen if you want to see a painted Helen. I did paint her. So yeah, between those three models, or I guess we could also paint Max from Cyberpunk, who is a doggo. I'm afraid of women too, Mike. So we could do any of those. And just as for the record, we're not painting it tonight, but the Ewoks have started to get built, and I hate them. I am really not looking forward to paint this. I really am not looking forward to this. Yeah, the other ones are getting built. Or I guess actually the other option would be the Porter, which is a giant like robot butler. Probably one of my favorite sculpts of all time. I love this model. This is one of my favorite models of all time. I love this model. Alright, so I'm going to leave him here. I'm going to step away quickly to change out my water and get some water. Cast your vote. Yeah, the Porter's so good. I don't blame you. I don't blame you if you pick Porter. So everybody cast your vote. I will be back in literally like 5 seconds. I'm just going to get water. I'll even keep talking. But I won't be on the camera. This is what they call the chair stream. So if you're talking to me and making fun of me, I can't see you. Because I don't want to just drink alcohol. Because it's 9 o'clock at night. And I'm not that kind of drunk. I'm not like sloppy white girl drunk, you know. I can get there. Not looking at the stream, hoping people are voting for what they want me to paint. Bonus points if it's the model that I want you to pick. I would like to thank everybody that has come to the stream. This is one of the busiest ones we've had for the Deezaster Zone, which makes me very, very excited. Almost done. And it just occurred to me that I could bring over Helen, because somebody was talking about her. I can show you. I've painted a few models in my day. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. I've spent a lot of time doing this stuff, and I don't like not getting recognized for it. Oh gosh, I hope I still have Helen. She's not on my rack. Oh, there she is. Boop. It's not bedtime yet, buddy. I'm coming! I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. Landis Balthazar Carlsinian. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting to come back to. There's too much stuff. So here, actually, here's Helen. I painted her. Helen of Troy, the Infinity version. I went a little off of CB's paint scheme. I went a little more green. I think it came out really good. I went with sandstone for that base, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really cool idea." Little Greek sandstone thing going on. Anyway, what do we got? Recreation. Wasn't that Helen? Download jokes on Helen. I'm afraid of women. I kind of want Max. Okay. So we got to vote for Max. I don't know how to create a poll. Otherwise, I would have. I'm new to this. Don't hit me. I'm just here to watch the good doctor. Could really care less. Thanks, man. So we got to vote for Porter. We got to vote for Max. We have the same person voting for Max again. Max again. I have a face for radio. Love you though. Thanks, man. I love painting Ewoks just so I can set each one on fire when he dies in battle to watch the horror on my opponent's face and the glee on mine. I don't blame you. Painting them is going to take forever and they're going to die immediately. So you got to love those models where they die super quick and it takes them forever to like get them on the table because they take so long to paint. Anyway, there are scenarios where I wish 5 seconds took this life. Yep. Giggity. Painted at least 4. Landis, Balthazar, Calrissian. So I guess that's a vote for that. Do not do not come. Do not. I'm gonna come. She's hot. Oh, I'll teach you later, son. Okay, so I have 3 votes, 1 for each thing, other than the Porter, which is sad. So Porter's out. Sorry, Porter. Maybe next time, buddy. I'll teach you later, son. Or we can do Pearl. Because I love cowboys. Anyway, so we have a vote for all of them. Does anybody have a tie-breaking vote? We got 43 people here. I need 1 person to vote. I'll try to stop causing problems, but it is not, it's not guaranteed. Okay. So you know what? Never mind. Porter, you're back in. You're back. Get off the table. Okay, we got 2 votes for Porter. Landis, I guess, is Calrissian. I guess that's his name. So now we have 2. So right now it's a contest. Nobody voted for old Hector. That's a shame. Lando got 2 votes. June did not get a vote. It's spelled J-U-M, by the way. And Max got 1 vote, but that's not enough. So if you voted for him, there. All right, Porter it is. So Lando will probably get painted off stream by me later, but it's Porter time. That's democracy. Could you paint Porter? I could. I'm about to. Of course I have space there for my drink, because I just got rid of all the water. Dingus. You dingus! Okay, so the Porter is literally a giant robot. It's like a robot butler. This model is fantastic. I don't have the inlay for this yet, so we can't do anything with the base, but we could definitely... I have something on the way. It's in the mail. I just gotta wait for it to get here. So I think it's gonna take like a couple weeks, but we shall get started. So the best thing you want to do when you're looking at a model is you want to start thinking about composition. He is, in fact, a giant robot who looks like he has his underpants on the, like the outside of his pants. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love this. We appreciate your sub. Gotta subscribe to be the off-stream camera to see the paint job. You can see it on Watch Dr. D Paint while he has no idea. He has no idea.com. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it, girlfriend! Gotta subscribe off now. Yes, now I feel like my subs are probably worth something. That's true. Although I think every single person that voted was in fact a sub, so all your votes count the same amount, I guess. Anyway, so the way we want to look at this is quick think about composition. Obviously, the skin is going to be metal. I got to look at the actual model that they painted. We'll probably deviate it from a little bit, but it's always a good idea too. Thanks, Xpaxis, for the 5 subs. It's so nice. Dan, we absolutely love you. It was a shame that we didn't get to see you Monday. I was really looking forward to hearing your your Bene Gesserit voice. If you guys are curious, Xpaxis and I are in a Dune RPG called Heir to Pride. The first episode has come out, and Dan, I love you too, buddy. You're one of my favorite people, definitely. And I'm always happy to have you here, Dan. Trust me. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Porter. I don't know how to. Maybe there's a way for me to put this in. Layout editor. We will do better as we progress. That's very true. I don't know how to. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But for the next stream, I'll try and do this. So if you're curious to see what I'm looking at, just Google Porter, Bellhop Porter from Malifaux, and you will see a robot with a very big tum-tum with a like a vest on, and he's carrying a lot of luggage. So what I'm thinking, looking at this, I love the pinstripe vest, by the way. We're definitely going to be doing some pinstripe. That totally resonates with me. I absolutely adore it. And he got a cute little hat. Look at that little hat on his head. That's a cute hat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the usual principle of you need to start with where you're getting dressed and out. So the first thing you always put on every morning is your skin. So the first thing we're gonna do is paint the metal. So you know what? We're sticking with droids. It's the droid stream. All right, so here we go. We already have some, actually, right there. What are the chances? So this model is going to look super whack until all of it is started to get, I guess what's the right word, like blocked in. This playlist not going to DMCA. I don't know what that means. It is quote-unquote streamer-friendly is what I was told. It has a little streamer-friendly thing on it. So from what I understand, it won't demonetize, if that's what you're trying to say. And by try to say, I mean, you're probably saying it. I just don't know what you're talking about because I'm stupid. We use for palette. I love this exemplar game envy. I actually did a review of this thing on the blogs for PCN. Really, really love this thing. My pads are from my old palette. I'm just trying to get rid of them, so I'm just trying to use them up. But on the inside of it, there's actually like a little. I don't know what you would call this, like a more conventional palette. I'm not so sure on this thing. You're supposed to use this to like even out the sheet that you put on top of your wet palette. I'm not so sure about that. This one right here is for checking the consistency of paint, so it's really good for like glazes. And I think this is where you could put like hobbying tools, like a scalpel, and up here is where you can put brushes. And that actually there's enough room. So you can watch, I'll show you. This is where it just explodes and kills it. Open up. Look at that brush, still there. It wasn't a magic trick. I might be a doctor, but I'm not a wizard. And then there's an air vent. There's an air vent here so that you can dry out the wet palette without having it exposed. I don't know what the difference with that would be, but for some reason you don't like looking at your wet palette as it slowly withers away. Then sure. Whatever. Use that to make thin paint. Yes, that's another good way to do it. What do you? Okay, you good? Yeah. So as far as I know, I won't get demonetized for it. I love that and thought it looked familiar. Mine is right. Yeah, they started coming out with other colors. I almost bought another one because it was blue, and blue is my favorite color. But then I was like, I don't really need to buy another one of these things. It's fine. And it's such a stupid little thing. I'm gonna need more. Yeah. So here's one thing that you'll notice if your paint isn't thick enough. This primer's pretty thick. So when you paint it on, you're gonna notice it's gonna turn into that like watery thing, and it's gonna congeal. That means that the content is not high enough. So I need black. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to articulate, is that I need black. Carbon black. Flame. So you wanted to torture your daughter? There is not. I don't think there's a green one, right? I don't remember a green. Because you were at Adepticon last year, Dan? I don't think I saw you with this one. If you were there, I didn't bump into you. I don't remember. I either bumped into you at one of them and then not at the other. I don't remember which one it was. It was either the last one or it was the one before that. Because you live close by. Or you might have been there. I just might not have bumped into you. So there you go. See? Got the paint. Got more like pigment content in there, and bam, covers no problem. Covers like a dream. So since this is the first base coat, you don't have to be super clean, but you know, don't make a mess if you don't have to. That's much. Okay, switch up the music a little bit. The chill stuff is almost like too chill. Hype base. I won't be making it out for Lone Star. No, I've never actually been to Lone Star Open. I don't know what I would play. Because if it's an MCP only thing, I don't want to. I just don't want to travel for MCP. I still like the game. I'll play it locally, but I just don't want to travel. I'll travel for Infinity. I might travel for Malifaux. I used to be a really big Malifaux player. I'm kind of getting back into it, thanks to Wilmar. What else would I do? Put it on the camera. That's what people here. People want to watch you paint. Paint like the monkey would. So from the underneath of this model, he has like a little supporting beam here. It looks like that is some kind of like cloth, which we'll probably do in red. But there is definitely some metal parts of it sticking out, so we'll get that in the middle. What is that? It is over here. I'm not sure if hype is the way I would describe this base. That's how they described it, but that's not me. Good old Wilmar. Wilmar was a great guy. Shatterpoint GT. Why would I be the Shatterpoint GT? I can't play Shatterpoint, man. I tried it and I was like, I am butts. I'm seriously butts in this game. That's why I gotta do everything from the shadows. I gotta let people like you and Jesse get it, not me. You see, here, that's the problem here, Dennis, is you're like, the real deal Evander Holyfield, right? You're like the whole package. You're a good hobbyer. You're a good player. You're an excellent lover. I am none of those things. Oh, actually, let me rephrase that. I am an okay painter, actually. I will give myself credit there. I have finally got to the point where I can accept that. But I am not good at games. I play them because I am, like, I want to be King Goofball, but I'm not good. What is that? Hey, I'd love to hear that. That's right, I did. Yeah, I helped you with that. Did you ever write the article for that? I remember you said you were going to make an article. I kept my eyes open on the blog. I don't think I ever saw it. How you going to make the Lone Star? You did not already ask me that, though. I'm unsure about making... I'm unsure about going to MKE rather than Schonberg. Probably equidistant, but it's a W. It's in Wisconsin. I feel okay about the new spot, honestly. I have to get on a plane either way, so I'm kind of like, you know, whatever. It's all the same to me. So it doesn't really bother me either way. I know that Tizzy is pretty excited about it. He was pretty sad to see the old spot go, because he's that's gold, Dylan. You dingus! You almost made a huge mistake. I almost did lose my mind. That thing I keep saying, where Dylan lost his mind. You almost actually saw it in live television. It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night, and we're live. You're about to see Dylan lose his marbles. Also, Jesse, if you're still here, I figured I would tell you for your Ewok stuff. I did pick this up. I picked up the Citadel skulls. So I'll make your Ewok bases lore appropriate or whatever. Remember you were saying you wanted me to get that box. So I was using it for Malifaux. Because I think it's gonna look good for like Badland bases, but I did get that. So if you would like me to put that on your Ewok stuff, just give me a heads up. And it just occurred to me that if I paint this on stream, I will, of course, paint the luggage with some of the people watching the stream. So I'll put your names in. I'll give each of you a bag. And I'll try and paint something on it. Within reason. Maybe not tonight, but I probably won't get there tonight. But maybe next stream when we're painting this guy. Which will be probably next Saturday. Probably next Sunday. So I might leave him as the stream model while I paint Lando on my own. Sorry, I got a clear in my throat. Yeah, seriously, the pollen is kind of actually insane in Massachusetts right now. I'm 45 minutes from the location. I guess I need to quiet down a bit. Let others speak. Dan, your opinion is always highly valued. Yeah, no kidding, Mike. Like, I don't think I've ever really been affected by like allergies, but I straight up get out of bed and the back of my throat feels like trench warfare. 1912s. Oh my god, the 1910s or whatever, World War I. My throat is like not having a good time. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna convince myself to go to the gym. Yeah, like just roll out of bed. I'm like, oh god, I got it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna Adepticon. I'm doing it. Tomorrow I gotta go leave the house early so I can go donate blood. So I'm really looking forward to waking up early. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Yeah, it's true. Dan, if there's one person in this world that actually just wants to hear you babble endlessly, it's probably me and most assuredly Mike. And if you're ever in the Massachusetts area, you had better come to our Infinity Game, or we're going to be pretty upset. And you could even stay at my house, Dan. Unlike Rob, what a jerk. Didn't even come say hi. The DM for our Dune RPG came to Massachusetts for some family business and he did not come say hi. He must think I'm some kind of joke. You must think I'm a joke. My new morning routine of coughing up the ground before I'm normal again. I was actually at the last 2 Adepticons, but I missed Dr. D at... No, I thought I saw you at the first one that I went to, which was not last year, but the one before that, Dan. I'm pretty sure I saw you there. It was real brief. Was that... I'm pretty sure that was you. I'm pretty sure I saw you at one of them. I don't think we were as familiar with each other as we are, like, now. If you know what I'm saying. Frightman. So, I forgive both of us for not remembering, but I'm pretty sure we met. But admittedly, when I went there at that first one with PCN, I got introduced to a lot of people. The second year, I went there and got introduced to even more people, but they weren't related to PCN. I went to a thing and I bumped into like mini Wargaming Dave. I got a picture with him and I was like, okay, cool. I was just hanging out with Dallas. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Dallas being the lead art guy from AMG. Super great guy. Found out that me and him have a lot in common. We were both raised by bikers. So we got that going for us. We're practically best friends. We actually were thinking about practicing karate in the garage. Do you want to practice karate in the garage? Yup. Bunk beds! Hi, Tizzy. Actually, we were just talking about you. Name dropping like Tim. No, I wasn't more of a name drop. I was just like, every time I go to Adepticon, it's just like, holy cow, there's so many cool people. That's 2 nights in a row. Who did I name drop in the other one? Listen, when I went the first time, I just like got in and out. What can happen at Adepticon that can happen nowhere else is I went to my first Adepticon 2 years ago. I got in the hotel elevator, and Ninjon walks in.
Dr. D, I am honored that I may have spoken to you, but I am old and apparently misplaced important memories.
Oh, that's fine.
I am planning on LVO, though, and look forward to my impending visit to Boston.
Woohoo! I did see you make a comment earlier. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this base coat. I was going to look up your comment. I'm going to Pigeon Forge for Blood Bowl. I can come to Boston for Dave. Come to Pigeon Bowl. Is that it? Is this somewhere near Boston? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Perhaps that's 2 nights in a row now. Well, the quote, I love Step Brothers. It's such a great movie. My favorite movie of all time is The Other Guys, though. That's easily my favorite movie of all time. That entire movie is quotable. I don't think there's another movie out there that is as quotable as The Other Guys. I dare you, I'll fight you in a parking lot. It's 2 nights in a row. I wasn't name dropping, Tim. I was just commenting that you can meet a lot of really cool people at Adepticon. And yeah, anyway, like I was trying to say, I'm getting all distracted now. I got in a hotel elevator and Ninjon just walks in. And I look at him, I'm just like, are you Ninjon? And he's like, yeah, yeah, it's me or whatever. And I was like, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get sloshed and I'm gonna go do this like hobbying thing. It's like, all right, man, go for it. I love it. Oh gosh, and it's just like weird little things like that that stick in my mind. So it's like if you go to Adepticon, you will just randomly bump into hobbying people, and it's really, it's a really good, it's a really good time. Every time I go there, I wish I could do more while there. I wish I didn't have to eat or drink, because that stops me from doing more stuff, which is the biggest downside of Adepticon, is that you can't do literally everything. And that is not me just selling it because I'm legally obligated to, and Tizzy has my family hostage, but because I legitimately really enjoy it. Okay, so when we are painting him right now, I think we got all the base coats on there. He's nice and dark, nice dark metal that we can really work our base off. Let's let's aim Tim for the bushes. The bushes? Yeah. They said the bushes? Like there were no bushes. Very quotable. Show it. Uncle Adam. Gotta get that. Oh, you see? That's what I'm saying. He's just like, yeah, cool. Bumped into Uncle Adam at Adepticon. Sick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a beat up metal on him because he is a. I'm gonna say this the PC way. I hope he is a servant robot, so he is going to be very beat up. His clothes will be nice, but he will be a little tarnished up from all the hard work that he has to do. Because I'm probably going to use him with Lord Cooper a lot, because Lord Cooper doesn't want to move around. He wants to just shoot his big gun. So he's really good at moving people around. Is Thrall PC? I think Thrall is a character in World of Warcraft. Surf, I think is just a term. I don't know if that one's not PC anymore. Intern, I think is okay. I don't think he's I think an intern signifies that they have like the option to do more later. I think. I'm not sure what the definition of that is. Anyway, I'm just taking some regular old trash metal on my brush, and I'm gonna do like we were doing with C3PO earlier. We're just gonna do a little like stipple to give it a little bit of a beat up metal look, because it will be imperfect, an imperfect coverage, and because the metal underneath it is so dark, it will give it a beaten up look. So, like as an example, there you go. So here's like pure. I haven't started messing with it yet, and then as soon as you go to that, you could start to see it have like little it look like there's like little dents in it, or certain parts of it are a little more raised than others, so they're like might be little like pock marks or acid burns. He has a little furnace door because of course he does, because he is the cutest robot on the earth. He is adorable. He is going to be in so many of my lists because I love him. He is goofy. I absolutely love this model. I don't have a lot of things that bring me joy more than Tizzy and Mike and Wilmar and Xpaxis and Dennis and Tizzy and Josh and the person that said something nice about Arachne earlier, OC. I don't remember the. Hold on, I think I can look it up. I remember the name. Lady Pondrosa was from yesterday. Oh, she didn't sub. I'm a dingus. Don't mind me. Is this Achilles or Ajax? Listen, you just missed it. I did a vote. I was gonna do Hector, and I did a little vote on what people wanted me to paint next, and that was what they voted for Porter. I'm sorry, Tizzy. I tried. I tried to do democracy, but that's how. I gotta do a Star Wars quote. That's how democracy ended, to thunderous applause. It does kind of look like Ajax, you're not wrong. Intern gets paid in exposure, but never gets more in later in modern companies. Yeah, you're not wrong. Chattel, it's my tism. Keeps you wondering what the heck is wrong with me. I'm moving up in the world. Love me some Adept. Yeah, we all love Tizzy. He's great. Which game is the porter from? Malifaux or something? He's from Malifaux. He is in Explorer Society. Is Hector Achilles or Ajax? Is Hector Achilles or Ajax? Well, Hector's over there, if that's what you meant to say. I don't have Achilles or Ajax. There's actually a new Ajax coming out. I am the Senate. I will, maybe, actually, if anything, if people are interested, I would buy it to paint it on the stream. I would never use them, because I would probably never play Steel Phalanx, but, clearly Tizzy wants to see it. And Tizzy has influence with me that not everybody has. because we played Street Fighter together. Which, by the way, still trying to play that online. Tizzy, it ain't going well. I have lost a few more than I've won. Let's just put it there. It's John Cena. Chattel is probably also not a correct term for it because I don't know if the porter can vote. I think that's the distinguishing feature of chattel, right? Because cows, I think cows are considered chattel, but they can't vote. But I admit I am not I'm not a voting scientist. I don't know how this works. Yeah, you do. You have models I can paint for you. Is that right, Mike? That seems like I would be robbing Peter to pay Paul. I don't know. I don't know if that's a correct. I don't know if that's a correct analogy, but it felt good to say because I know how to say that. Oh, that's ChatGPT, the most PT version of slamming. Okay. Yeah, okay. Tomorrow? Yes. I think I can do tomorrow. I want a scantily clad Helen, but I overruled my initial request. Well, I have Helen. She's definitely not scantily clad. She's very clad. I don't know if that's English. She's very dressed. She's even got feathers. And she's not even a bird. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Almost done, I swear. You guys are distracting me. I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to be the best Twitch streamer that's riding the coattails of Tim that I can be. And you guys are just being a bunch of silly billies, and it's very distracting. Thank you again for everybody that came to the stream. This is probably the busiest stream we've ever had for the Deezaster Zone. I really appreciate it. I love getting to interact with you guys. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do, and is one of the reasons why I do an extra stream, even though I don't have to. Although I guess technically I don't have to do this one either. But I love doing the Sunday one. The Sunday one is definitely a little smaller. If you want a little more, I don't know if one-on-one time. A little more, I know English, I swear. What's the right word? Intimate. You want a little more intimacy with the other people? It's very romantic. I usually start... That one is kind of random. I just kind of start whenever I'm not doing anything. Usually my Sunday winds down, and I'm like, okay, it's time to paint. Usually it's either before or after I eat dinner, so... You know, around those times. I admire how you keep applying paint no matter how much we try to distract. Thank you. You are the best. Thank you. I thank Dan. Thank you. I thought we were supposed to distract. It's training. Tim is stupid. That's true. No arguments there. He gets better because of the I'm like Goku. The more butt kicking you apply, the better I get. Actually, I don't want to do that. So we're gonna get some of that old speed metal. Speed. It's so fast. Broken down my body. Never improved my skill. You're funny, Mike. And then depending on how this works, I might even use a little bit of... This is also speed metal, but this one seems way higher in regards to how bright it is. It's also because this is actually speed metal and the other one is not, because I'm an idiot. So there you go. There's that. I apologize to anybody out there who has more brain cells than I do, which is probably most of you. Why is this one so much darker? This is also supposed to be trash metal? That is two different shades of metal. I'm not crazy, right? Listen, I might be all kinds of stupid, but that is for sure 2 different shades of metal. I am not. I refuse. No, you can't convince me otherwise. You can't do it. I don't think you guys have the guts. The guts. You have a shifty side to you. I'm just beginning to appreciate it. You're gonna love Dan. You'll love Mike. Mike's a great guy. He's one of the people that leads up the Infinity stuff up here. One of my favorite people, that's for sure. I love Mike. Do you like Colossus? I only watch streamers with high IQ. Oh, that's nice. I'll give it a shifty second. Actually, funnily enough, I went to a bowling alley. Saturday? I went there Saturday, and I was wearing my Spawn hat. Because I can't find a Daredevil hat that I want to wear, and so I don't want to say I settled, but I definitely wear a Venom hat, and I'm not like a huge Venom fan. Anyway, sorry, I'm using whatever this color is. I don't know what this is. It says it's trash metal, but it's not. I've been lied to. I will be getting in touch with my lawyers for sure, and I'm just kind of working it up towards the top, and we're working on where the light's coming from, which again, as always, I'm going to go from the upper right-hand corner, because that's what I'm good at. We're just going to slide that paint around until it does what we like. That's what Daddy likes. By the way, if you guys have not been taking clips, you guys should be ashamed of yourself, because I have said so many things that I would be embarrassed to see play on the clip thing. And you guys need to step it up. I really need Tim to know that eventually this part of the channel will eventually overtake his video game. And then maybe I'll play Hades. And I'll do better than what he was doing, because I was watching him play. Do it. Do it. I will do it. I was watching him play the Hades a couple days ago. It must have been like Thursday or something like that, and he was not good. He was not good at it. So yeah, I'm hoping that eventually we can make him feel insecure in his streamerhood. In the hood. Know what I mean, y'all? Jesus Christ, you scared me. That scared the shit out of me. That seriously sounded like it was my. I was like, what the f? Because there's a door. The door with the washing machine. Holy crap, that scared me. Yeah, look at the PCN. No, oh my god. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the sound of settling. Good song reference. Do you have a dope? I do have a dope Daredevil wallet that I will use for a very long time. I will use that thing until it breaks. That it was given to me by a dear friend of mine, who I will be whooping his Patoonie in Street Fighter later. Later this week. And there's nothing he can do to stop it. Okay, so we're applying this metal. Metal looks terrible as you're painting it on. At least it does to me. I'm not actually a huge fan of metallics. But as you can see, I've been working on his left arm there, and it's starting to look a lot more shiny. I'm definitely gonna... I have spent the money wisely. Dude, you sure did. You scared the crap out of me. Yeah, you guys are starting to learn my weaknesses. I'm hyper vigilant like all the time, so if I hear a noise, it freaks me out because I immediately need to know what it is. I just need to remember, if the dogs don't start barking, it's not real, Dylan. The fake knocking can't get you here. It's not real. make sure you get paint on top of his nuts, because he has a lot of nuts and bolts, and you do not want to miss putting paint on the nuts. If you do, it will look it won't look good. I've seen robots with unwashed and unpainted nuts, and it's not good. See, now I'm sitting here listening, and I'm hearing things in my house, and I don't know if it's real or not. So I hear things moving around, and I'm like, is it me? Am I slowly going insane? They do hopefully finish well, Mr. Dan. Especially when you got a big tum-tum. So there you go. Starting to get a little gradient there, nice and dark at the bottom, getting brighter as you go up. It ain't perfect, but we'll keep working on it. Going to get his face. What's wrong with your face? Little Red Letter Media reference there. Everybody gets that. Also a Star Wars reference. That's episode 1. That's the one where they promise that the stars are going to start fighting. And
accomplished.
Damn, please. I'm now hyper paranoid. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. Listen, I need you to understand. Look, I'm just gonna house here. You see that dog over there, sleeping on the couch? He will not help me if I get attacked in my bed. He will lay there like a lazy sack of fuzz as I get mauled to death by whatever scary monsters unleashed in my house. I'm hoping that is not a bits redeem for least demon. Or what is the name of the demon from the second Exorcist movie? I think it's Exorcist, right? I think it's the second one. It's like the I think it's like Egyptian or something like that. It's like Cthulhu or something like that. I can never come back. The psychosis is set again. I'm losing my mind. Help, send help. Help. Help me. Door knock. We are the original freedom fighter. Yeah, you guys are lucky. As a painter, I've been doing this painting thing for so long, and I've been to so many like little hobby hangout things that I could have a discourse on any subject, and I could probably just keep painting. Bar summoning a demon named Badulu or whatever. I can't remember what the heck that name of that demon is. From The Exorcist, who will come and make me vomit pea soup, I think. Yeah, anything Jack Black is gonna be an instant win for me. Where are we? Welcome PC in there. Weird. Me too, Porter. Me too, Porter. Me too. And I just acquired a plethora of bits. Beware. Oh no, please. Please no. The demon name was Bojangles! Bojangles! Sorry, Dr. D has to disconnect this series. Discontinue the series, chat. It's giving him PTSD. I was already paranoid.
I too hate text to speech. It always changes the F word to duck.
How could it do that? I really hate text interpretation and autocorrect. It'll be fine. Just rub some feet. Put some feet on it. You guys are silly. You guys are a bunch of sillies. So we are definitely working up this silver. Yeah, let's actually talk about painting while we're here. Painting stream. So here we are. As you can see, definitely picking out some high points here for the paint. I should probably put a little bit more on the border stick, I guess. I don't know what it's called. The ironic thing is that usually painting metal would be one of the last things I try and do, but because this is a robot, robot's skin is made of metal. That is... You can take that from me, ladies and gentlemen. That is a... you can take that to the bank. Robots have metal skin. That's what makes them a robot. So, yeah. Hope you're excited to know that now. That's a random little bit of knowledge. I love you. Oh. Sorry I missed most of that. Could you please start over with the painting stuff in the games? I just got straight with Kaz. Okay, well here we go. So we're gonna start painting this C-3PO and the thing. So as you can actually see, it's starting to dry out already. You notice how it's not so liquidy anymore, and you can see R2D2. Yeah, it's kind of actually it's not super easy to see. I can see it, but you can see R2D2's little tracks there. If you can't, just believe me, because I can see them. And yeah. So I will just as a quick rundown, I'm gonna scrag brown it with a little bit of dry brushing, and then dry brush it up to a screaming skull, just to give it like a lot of varieties in tone. And then I'm gonna put a bunch of these fancy grass tufts. I'll kind of go over it. Obviously you can't see it just because I don't want to put them on there before it fully dries, but there's like these ferns and stuff, brackens from Gamergrass. I'm not sponsored by Gamergrass in the slightest, but I adore their products. They're some of my favorites, and I use a ton of their tufts. I need to have a big reorder of it here pretty soon, because I'm running out, which is unacceptable. The tracks are a nice touch, yeah. Good night, Dan. It was wonderful to have you here, buddy. See, he left. Now I don't have to start over from the beginning again. What a sucker. Classic blunder. Alright, so now we're going to use what is supposedly speed paint, I guess. Or whatever this is. Imposter paint. And we are just going to hit the tippy tips. So if you're thinking of a spot, think of the tip of that. Just the tip. And we're going to be super careful with this because we do not want the paint, we do not want the metal to start losing some of that beat up texture that we took time to do. Just the tip. I don't know if this music is hyping me per se, but it's okay. I'm just not feeling it. Like, industrial? I don't know. How about main character? Okay. I can dig that. So, right here on his tummy. His big metal tummy. Big metal tummy, more like big metal dummy. Know what I'm saying? Fry man. Make sure you get his nuts. When you look at the model, his nuts should definitely be right there, right in your face, you know? yet again, I would like to thank everybody who's here. This has been a very fun stream. Really happy that I have stuck with it as much as I have, because each one has been better than the last. That is for sure. And I hope you guys will join me on another one in the future. Usually, I think most of the time I'm going to end at like 10:30, but I'll just stop kind of whenever I feel like stopping. I might even stop painting at some point, and I might just like build models and just kind of chill with you guys. But I absolutely adore being here. Thank you for letting me be here and hang out with you guys. Because the miniature gaming community are some of my favorite people. And I would for sure be an emotional train wreck if it wasn't for some of you guys, that's for sure. Because some of my some days are tough. Some days are very tough. And painting is how I relax. So I'm glad you guys could join me on this most excellent day. Because like Bob Ross says, it's always a good day when you paint. Painting that tummy. Painting that tummy. And as the doctor would say, his nuts should be right in your face. That is a clip. If I have ever heard. If you did not clip that, I will be seriously upset. You should go to bed. Josh, I don't want to be the reason you're exhausted tomorrow. I appreciate you hanging out with us, though. You could stay as long as you want. But, you know, sometimes when you're in a stream, like, that stream hits just right, you know? Big yeah, you put it in Discord. Wonderful. Wonderful. It keeps the mouth boogies away, Mike. Alright, so at this point I'm being kind of picky about where I'm putting these highlights, because this model is so big with the metal parts, I'm just kind of doing my best to keep some value in it, to make it more interesting. And like I was saying earlier, hopefully next time, if I could figure out how to do it, I will have some way of showing what you guys are painting at the same time, and we could even talk about it. So like at the end of the stream, or in the maybe we'll have like a mid-stream break, and we'll talk about some of the stuff you painted. And we could talk about how you need to put your models nuts in front of my face. Not big, just just thick armored. Oh god! Oh, I will be enjoying them, dude. The Bam Pow, the Catalina wine mixer one. Oh my god, that one got me. I was sitting there laughing my butt off. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Thick. Okay, so I like that. So we're gonna go in with some of that dark blue, and I know what you guys are thinking. He's lost his mind now. Here he goes. Well, just so you know, I haven't lost my mind. I promise. I'm gonna use it responsibly, and I'm just gonna put it in the dark recesses, just to give it that shiny metal gleam to it. Also, the joke about Wonderwall just being on repeat, Mike, I did think that was funny. It just occurred to me. I don't remember if I commented on that. I thought that was pretty good. Your grandpa was a robot. Looks like my grandfather, big belly and no butt to hold his pants up. Look at that, he ain't got no butt. He ain't got no butt. What you doing, robot? You need to go get yourself a butt. And hopefully, I have been talking to CB. If I can get some kind of sponsor-y thing, I wouldn't say sponsorship, that's probably not the right word, but access to certain things from them that they wouldn't want me to paint on stream, I will 100% do it. So at some point, I might have some CB stuff on here, a little more than other things. I do intend to paint some Warcrow. I do already have the Unmade guy from the Adepticon 2 years ago. I guess I could have offered to paint him, but we'll hold him on. We're holding on to him. That's gonna be special. Good night, Josh. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. I really appreciate it. I just love his tum-tum. Look at this tum. This is a great tum-tum. Every robot that we've painted today, I guess with the exception of R2. I don't know if R2 counts as having a tum-tum. I don't know if that's... I don't know where R2D2's tum-tum is, but if he had a tum-tum, we painted it today. At least I like to think we did. If not, we did it in spirit. Yeah, that would be amazing if we could get some kind of deal thing going with CB. That'd be fantastic. And something to kind of keep in mind is because his tum-tum is such a big sphere, light is going to work a little weird with it. Because all of his surfaces that we've been painting are either like spheres or cylinders. So you just have to think about it from like a light perspective. And just remember that you are probably going to do more shading than you originally thought. So we're about to get to the next spot, so if you're bored of watching me paint metal, it's about to end, I promise. What color should his hat be? I mean, it's a really cool hat. Should it just be black? I mean, I feel like black. R2 is mostly tum-tum, that's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You look at him and you're just like, that barrel thing He's got it. That's his tummy. That's his tum tum, I think. Like again, I'm not a tum tum scientist, but I think that's his tum tum. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, what color should we paint his hat? His vest is gonna be red, I think. The vest is definitely gonna be red. So, because he's a bellhop. So bellhops usually always have red. I'm not sure if that's like a legal thing. Wilmar, you would know. Is that like a required thing? That bellhops always have red? I think you worked in hospitality or something, right? Red and black for bellhops. I don't know what they wear because I'm not allowed in a rich area where they have bellhops. That's true. What color is a bellhop's hat? I guess it is black, right? And I guess his pants would be black? I guess? Alright guys, we're about to do it. We're about to Adepticon. Here we go. Okay, so here's what he looks like. Red and black or blue and gold. I do like blue. Blue is my favorite color. Alright, what do you guys think of that? He's got a lot of blue on this part of his tum-tum. And I don't need validation, but don't yell at me, please. Basically, they look like your Euro 12 color scheme. I do like blue. I think the metal came out okay. I think it'll really start to come out once the rest of this starts to get a little colored in, but... Okay, so... If we're doing bellhop... Okay, because that art... This art I'm looking at here has a red jacket, blue pants, and a light blue hat. So if that's the case... He's got like a black face mask. That's actually kind of a... That's a tough question, actually. I really love blue. I feel like if I don't use blue, I'm going to embarrass myself. Blue and gold. Let me look that up, actually. Let me see if I like the color of that. What will I not do? You shut your mouth. You are a bellhop hoarder. You big silly. No, it seems like all the bellhops on here are red. Uniform. No, that's definitely blue. It's a very dark blue. Okay, let's do blue. I'll show you one. Yeah? Yeah? Really? For real? In public? Ooh. So we're gonna do... yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do dark blue here. We'll do... I think it's like a faux pas to wear black. No, we're gonna do red. We're doing red. I've made the decision. You can't stop me now. It's too late. It's gonna be red. Bellhop porters wear red. In my brain. I googled bellhops attire. Yeah, I just did too. I can see it. There is definitely a couple different colors, but I don't know. I think this might. Siri's talking to me. If I mess this up, this sad music is gonna need to be a lot sadder. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it. Because Wilmar's gonna make fun of me. And I don't know if I can deal with that right now. Can I listen to this? Hey, sing-along music, girl. Okay, yeah, we're doing red. Could we do blue pants though? No, it's black. Yeah, we're gonna do black pants. Okay, anyway, so we're using dark crimson. Classic dark crimson. Good old glossy brilliance that it is. I just made sure I knocked over a bunch of paints, you know. Classic Dylan. Gonna get a brush that is a little on the beat up side when I do base coats, so I don't ruin my good ones. Now this is a glossy paint, so what you'll notice is that it'll have a little trouble sticking to this more glossy primer that I used, which is okay. It's not a big deal. It just take a couple coats to stick. Just make sure we don't paint any of that great metal that we painted. Get out of the way. So what mask are you gonna bring Wednesday? Wilma. I'm asking for a friend. I'm gonna. His name. My friend's name is Greg. I'm gonna Greg you. I just love that they saw this giant robot, and they were like, hey, move this luggage. Also, put on this clothes. Although, I guess you can't have a robot running around naked. That would be inappropriate. In decent society like that, you know. I guess that is true. I've convinced myself. Just like your fanfic? Oh wow, that's great. This is just like one of your Japanese animes. Is Misaki Mayfang like some kind of like known meta thing? Are you actually gonna be the one that Gregs me? Wilmar, how could you? Will you be the Greg? John Greg? It's a professionalism environment. Sure, that's true. What? No. No! And so, just as an example, you start adding that red in there, and that metal already starts to really pop out. Because it's like, BAM! POW! And his hat will be... I guess the hats are also red for the bellhop, so I guess we're going to paint his little hat red. Cute little guy. Cute little hat. If you want a model that will drive me insane, If it has a cute little hat, I will absolutely love it. That's why I love O12 as much as I do, is because they have the cutest little stupid hats. Like the blue coat. Blue coat alone is what sold O12 for me. It's a shame that I don't use them more. They're just not what you need. They don't have what the plants crave. I think that was another Star Wars reference. But I do love a good blue coat. I would love to use those more. But biometric visors are just not incredibly useful. To my dismay. I think if they I'm really excited for them. Like if they would just rework some of the equipment that doesn't get used very often. I think a lot of profiles would really start to sing. Are you really doing that? Dennis, please. Are you gonna make the vest rust or just red? Just rust? I don't know what you mean by that, but I will put in the stripes. Dennis, you're a stronger man than me. As you can see, I need breaks from painting stuff for Jesse. And bellhops also seem to have yellow on the line and also the buttons. So I guess we'll paint that. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, let's start working on the black for the pants. His little pants. Look at his cute little pants. Oh, he's got metal feet! It's okay. Everything's fine. Not mad about it at all. It's okay. Don't care. Everything's fine. Everything's fine in the neighborhood. Just gonna use some old colors on here, you know. Just kind of start working on that. God, that metal feet. Shut up. You shut your stupid mouth. I hate you. Hi, Moobs! I don't know if I saw you in here earlier, Moobs. Hi. Hi. Moobs is a famous MCP player. He regularly tops the charts with stuff that's not good, from what I understand. He also... Is it true that you're Jesse's beard? Is that true? That's what I've heard. Through the grapevine. I didn't start that rumor, but we're talking about it, so I figured I would ask. Or was that Dennis? Don't worry, I'm just painting something completely, totally unrelated to anything that we've painted before. Definitely did not forget that his feet were metal. That's ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Metal feet. No. No, sorry, Bob. No, Bob. No, Bob's here. Nope. No, sorry, Bob. Nope. Just painting stuff, you know. Come on. Just give me a blue. Already got metal there, Dylan, you dingus. Why are you still... Oh my gosh. Guys, I am falling apart. I'm falling apart. Emotionally. 100% competently. I am just... I'm not who I was. I'm not who I used to be. On to more important news, I think the second episode of Calamity Jack will be coming out this week, and I gotta start working on this on the script. Work has been actually insane, so I have not had a chance to work on the episode 3 script yet, but I do know what the episode will be about. I actually adore the fact that there's been people that have reached out and have told me that they really like Calamity Jack, so thank you very much for anybody that's told me that you really dig it. If you don't know what Calamity Jack is, it is on Arachne, an Infinity podcast. It is an audio drama based on old westerns, where there is a space idiot roaming the galaxy, just trying to make his way in the galaxy. Am I legally allowed to bring it up now, Omar? Like, is it okay? I don't want to get in trouble. You're my Wendy's eating buddy. Wendy's eating buddy. Let me check. Okay, thanks. He looks like a mess. Because I'm an idiot. I should probably just do another coat of this red before it dries up. But I'm definitely not stopping until I finish this stupid feet. Look how smooth it is. I love it. Yeah, that red is perfect. I'm glad I went with red. Everybody that told me I was wrong, who's laughing now? Sucker. More like Dr. D, more like Dr. Decisive. Got him. Okay, taking a little bit of that regular old trash metal. Trash. And we're just gonna start picking up on those feet. I was so worried about his tum-tum. I completely forgot about his feet. Oh, trash. Trash. Alright, and we're gonna use whatever that mid-tone metal is that definitely is not speed metal, but is definitely speed metal. Just pick out the top parts of his feet. Pavement pounders. Black pants. Black pants. So I probably will not start painting the luggage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you guys be the people who the luggage is for. So I'll probably do that next stream. So if you have a certain color you would like one of these luggage things to be, give me a shout. Again, within reason. Please don't make it like vibrant pink. I ain't doing no vibrant pink or some other junk. Unless you're paying. Then, you know what, maybe we'll talk. Except for Wilmar. Wilmar, you gotta pay double. So the usual Red's got it. Look at those pants, man. He's got old man pants. Coming all the way up. Look at how far he got those suckers up there, man. He's going up all the way up to his tum-tum. Man, what an old man robot. Okay, so the 10 o'clock alarm has been sounded. So we are gonna wrap up what we're doing, and then probably do a little hanging up the brushes, painting them, and cleaning them off and all that stuff. Because eventually I gotta go to bed because I got doctor stuff to do tomorrow. Don't want to brag or anything, but I gotta wake up early and talk to people who don't want to be around me. Don't want to brag or anything. Usually I would just go play Street Fighter or something after, but it's not that kind of night. I'm scared, Wilmar, that if I enjoy Street Fighter enough, I'm gonna have to buy one of those sticks, the like arcade machine control things. You know what I'm talking about? I know you said you had one. I don't know what the technical word for those are. If I do that, will a woman ever be able to respect me again? Or will the Adepticon be too strong? They're good. I'm kind of curious because I feel like I don't get enough like minute control out of the movement stick, and I keep thinking like that must be what they get them for, so that you can control the stick better. Because I notice that whenever I try and do jump supers, I always tend to like jump because I swing it, I guess, too high, so the character jumps. Probably good enough for the feet. Okay, so wrap up the red. Just make sure everything is nice and covered. Make sure you get like the bottom part of the brim. Oh, I guess this brim is gonna be yellow, so I guess it really doesn't matter if that's fully covered. He has a little face mask. To keep the dust out of his face, I guess. Women, stop talking. You can't get. Women will stop talking. All right, great. I guess I got that to look forward to. Listen, I main Cammy, so I don't need another girl in my life. Alright, I got the Camster. I in fact have Cammy as my main girl. You could say we're going steady. Because I've been steadily getting my ass kicked every time I use her. They just announced the new Season 2 characters. Bison is in there. So I'm hoping that when I play him, I can do the meme. Yes! 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 Yes!
Falling August of our love. You mention my name in your sleep. This, my love, is where you carry on without me. Watching snow
So,
fall on the lake.
as we slowly but surely get closer to the end,
How could I ever want
they gave him the horse like in the movie, so, so anything is possible. That's true. I love Mike. He's such a stupid character. Again, he's got a stupid little hat though. That's why I love him. That's why I love Cammy too. She had a she had a hat. She got rid of it for that game, but you bet I bought that costume. I ain't playing no Cammy with a beret on. I'm not. Listen, I'm not some kind of animal, okay? Jeez. Who the heck do you think I am? Alright, there you go. That's the base coats. So, skin is done. I think he looks pretty good so far. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm not gonna lie, I looking at this thing, I think he has a mustache. Please. Please don't tell me this thing has a mustache. Please do not tell me it has a little it's a little metal mustache, please. Oh no, I think it has a I think he has a little mustache. I can't see the card. I'll be right back. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a question that needs an answer. Porter. There he is, okay. Oh no, please. Oh no. It's worse. It's worse than I thought. Oh no. This is not good. He does not have a mustache, ladies and gentlemen. He does not have a mustache. He has like he's got like he has the oh god, I can't even talk like a mutton. He has like mutton chops. He's got little black mutton chops. Oh no. Oh no. It's so cute. This is he's got little mutton chops. Oh no. Oh no, please. Oh, my heart. My heart's gonna explode. I don't think that... I mean, I would assume his stash is definitely metal, but it's not... It's black, though. So I gotta paint it black. Like, somebody took the time to paint his facial hair. Oh, goodness me. My face hurts so bad. He's got a little much of... Alright, so we're wrapping up here, guys. I really appreciate everybody that came and hung out with me today. You got to see me make some terrible jokes. You got to see me fall in love with little tiny mutton chops on the porter. Oh my goodness, please. Whew. That's how that cookie crumbles, baby. You know what? Before I wrap it up, though, I will actually do a little bit of a product review. I just got in the mail today. I just got in the mail today some Art of War Malifaux tokens. So, you know what? Let's do a little live unboxing. Because I need a break from painting. Because my... I don't know what I'm going to say. I just don't want to paint anymore. You know, sometimes you just get in that mood where you just don't want to paint. And then you almost trip on a dog toy. You know, that definitely happened. Boom. Look at this thing. Don't look at my address. I didn't realize that for a second. Don't look at that. That could be bad. Although technically, I don't think it's much of a hidden thing. I think you can actually find my address on public record because I'm gonna delete the whole thing. Cut the whole thing. It's really not even that much of a secret. I'm pretty sure you can just find my... You can find any doctor's address, I think, on the licensing thing. Which is stupid, but great. It's great for personal security. Whatever. Delete the whole VOD. Delete it all. Cancel. Get rid of piece of head. Cancel the whole thing. Get you on Twitch. Get legal. Okay, so, oh man, I need that water to survive apparently. Don't look at my address. He said thank you. See? Yeah, he likes me. He said thank you, Dylan. Thank you. So what did we get? We got some dust cloud markers. We got some corpses. We got some shadows. We got some webs. Scrap strategy markers specifically for Explorer Society. And some Parasite tokens. So you can clearly tell I'm playing Explorer Society. So when I came back to Malifaux, I didn't realize that it went insanely token heavy for some reason. So here's the dust clouds. So the dust clouds are for Bass, and I think there's one other person that does it. At least a lot of models in Frontier have it. So if you have Frontier, you're gonna like kick up dust and lay these out, and it's concealing severe terrain, so it really slows you down. Also, the funny thing is that the Frontier models are also affected by it, unless I think you're using the Tidal Bass. But they're really cool looking. I really dig these. I do believe the way you're supposed to do these is you're supposed to color these in with something. I might not actually. I kind of like them. Just with the thing on top of it, but we'll see. Because it's like a gray color, so I guess you could use like... I guess a lot of colors would work with that. Maybe a little white. Fill it in with some white. Yeah, anyway, those are cool. I like those. Webs. You use webs with Cadmus, I think. Yeah, I think I don't know if there's another one that makes these. I'm sure there is, but it's mostly Cadmus from what I've seen in all my my research, which she uses to just kind of clog up lanes with like the Archivist, I think its name is. So again, I really like the color. That one's a little bit lighter. That one I would probably fill with black. Or again, maybe white because it's a web. You can paint that in, and then you can actually peel these off. So if you've never had Art of War stuff, he's a great guy. I've talked to him personally. He actually is an honest to goodness, just fantastic individual. You just fill this in with paint. We've also used Gundam markers, the Gunpla ones where they use them to like color stuff in. They work really good for these, and I've used those for my Bushido sets, and they look pretty good. Scrap and corpses. You're gonna need these whenever anybody dies. I don't know how I used to do this. I feel like I had something to do that with, but I don't really play factions that mess with it all that much. I used to play a lot of Nicodem McMorning in Guild, and he really could. I think he was actually expressly forbidden from making flesh constructs while he was in Guild, so the corpse tokens never really were all that useful. See a little bit better. That's a really neon green. I really love that. That I would fill in with black for sure. Just to really stand out from the black or from the green. But as you can see, it's actually pretty cool. I really like that color. I really like the green color. I can tell that Wilmar's jealous of my sweet tokens, and he should be, because he can't touch. He's not allowed to touch my tokens. Shadow scrap. Don't touch my tokens. Parasite tokens, again, are Cadmus. The way Cadmus works is, Cadmus is like a brain, I don't know, maybe not brain exactly, but it's like a living, hive parasite thing, and it's got a lot of really cool body horror to it. I kind of really dig it, where she'll infect you with a parasite, and she can essentially take control of your models, and you can count them as friendly, because a lot of the models for Cadmus have effects that affect friendly models where you can like move towards them. So you can actually use these things to make it possible to move your guys quicker towards their enemy. So that's kind of cool. I was wondering how I was gonna keep track of that. I went on there and I just wanted to buy a couple like strategy and like scrap and corpse tokens, and I was like, hey, I really need something for the dust tokens because I really want to play Bass. And I saw these, I was like, oh, actually that's probably a pretty safe thing to pick up because I really want to play Cadmus. Then we have the Explorer Society scheme markers. I have a lot of guild ones. I used to play a lot of guild. When I left the game, Explorer Society were not in the game, because if they were, I would 100% have played them, because it's a really cool faction. These are really cool looking. I like this, with the torches and the cardinal, the map marker for cardinal directions. If anybody's actually looked at a map. Then we have strategy markers. So strategy markers, if you've never played Malifaux, are kind of like the main objective of whatever game you're playing. I thought these were going to be bigger. I thought these were 50s, but I guess these are only on 30s. Wilmar, I think we played them with 50s. I think so. You don't have to worry about it. I have these now, so we don't have to worry about not having markers for it whenever we play. That's another scrap. And then last, but surely not least, we have shadow tokens for Ivan, who I've actually built. And he's right here. So this is English Ivan. And he is the Umbra and the Department of Ungentlemanly Affairs keywords. He's got himself. He has his personal shadow, Mr. Mordrake, that's across the room, so I'm not going to go get him. But it's a really cool model. And he's got his 3 shadow monsters. I call them Skinny Daves. I saw one of the YouTube people reference them as Skinny Daves and everything. I can't not say that now. But the shadow markers are something that he can lay down, and it can like give healing, and the shadow monsters can like move through them. So that's pretty cool. Did we use 30s? I could have sworn we used 50s. So either way, whatever. We got them now, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. Although I'm sure you weren't worried about it in the first place. But yeah, there you go. So that looks like a successful stream to me, guys. We did a lot of stuff. We put some snow on a guy. Show you how to do the Soviets. This is what they look like when they're fully done. I think they look great. Very, very happy with them. We painted R2. Here he looks like with his base slowly turning into mud. As you can see, it actually looks pretty good now. And it definitely... it looks way different than just like the sculpted AMG base. And all you need is a little bit of that basting paste, and it really just makes it sing. And yeah, that looks good. Bar 2. We painted all the finish of him, and we put a booger. Now he's got a booger gun. And I think he looks really good. I'm pretty happy with him. I'd be happy if he was mine, which he's not. And I think that's it. Oh, and Bellhop. Yeah, we painted some Bellhop, which we will definitely be painting in the next stream. I'll probably... maybe I'll paint some of the other stuff in it. Like, maybe I'll do a little bit of it off stream if I have some extra time. But I will definitely leave some of the baggage, at least some of the stuff on the back, and I'll put some stuff that you guys might want. Or maybe one of the patrons. That might be a good way to reward them. As you can see, a little bit of that red fell onto this metal, which is a surefire way to make me feel like I'm gonna go crazy. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. It is not gonna come off. That makes me sad. I'll fix that later. There you go. That's a successful stream, guys. Thank you very much for coming. If you want to help support me, Patreon, PCN, the Digital Nomad tier helps me out directly. Buy paints from Monument Hobbies, their Proco line. As you can see, I use a lot of it, and I'm sponsored by them, and I use a ton of it. I'd be using it anyway, to be quite honest. And if you use the code Professional Casual, all caps, you will get yourself a sweet little discount and help me out directly. What else? Dice Baron, you can use the code Arachne. I don't have any other dice on me. They just put out a bunch of new ones, too. I was probably going to bring it up in the next episode of Arachne that I record, but they do have a bunch of, like, new colors and stuff like that. I think there's, like, a new, like, random collection of Infinity Dice, of D20s, which actually might be a really cool way to get D20s and kind of break it up. But, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's all that's coming to me. So, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. This is probably one of the best streams that we've ever had. As always, I especially love the people on here that I know personally, like Wilmar. I love him. He's a great guy. I sort of know Moobs. Dennis is great. Love Mike, obviously. And you guys really just helped me get through it. Good 3.5 hour stream. Not bad. Not too shabby. So if you guys ever want to get in touch with me or talk about the stream, or I don't know, talk about your feelings, I guess, or whatever, it's up to you. Send me a message on Discord at Dr.D, which is DR with a dot and then D, or email me at furypainting@gmail.com. Hopefully next stream I'll have figured out how to do the... if not the next one, probably the one after, because I realized that I still work for the rest of this week. So if not this week, then definitely the one after, where maybe we'll get some ability to paint and watch and look at what you guys. Hey, look at this! This is an old Malfa model that I had painted, that I was letting Carrie use. This is what old Dylan paint jobs look like. That's the old white. I really love the orderly models. These guys were super sick. I did do the dirt, Rylan. You want to see it? You missed it. You weren't even here. What do you need to figure out, bud? Oh, I need to figure out if there's a way for you guys to photo dump into a thing. That is dirt. I gotta say, of all the things in the world, that's dirt. Wrestling. Well, I appreciate you giving me the view, buddy. And then we just sprinkled some actual real dirt in there. And it makes it look dirty. Who'd have thought? Wow. Doesn't it look good? It's not even done yet. Yeah, like their own whips. So, like, if we were painting and then you were watching and maybe halfway through the stream or at the very end, we take a look at what you guys painted and be like, hey, yeah, look at this. This is really cool. And then maybe if you guys want advice or anything like that from me, if you want my advice, I think it matters, quite honestly. That'd be cool. And then we could kind of celebrate what we're painting while we're all hanging out. Yeah. You might be able to help me set that up, Charles. I actually don't know entirely how to do it. I know there's a way to do it because I've seen other streamers do it. So I know there's a way to do it, but I just gotta sit down and do it. You know how it is. There's like 1,000 different things you want to do. Anyway, but we'll talk about it later. Guys, have a wonderful night or middle of the day if you're on the other side of the planet. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Specifically, Wilmar, happy birthday, Wilmar. And I will catch you guys probably next Sunday. We'll have the info for next stream. Subscribers get access to Discord. Oh, that's true, actually. Alright, guys, I love you. Bye! Don't let the unpainted models get you. Tizzy, I hate to say it, but I think Magneto's probably the weakest. I'm not sure I'm allowed to legally say this. I love mommy. Thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if I'm not.
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, nab that one objective, and then run away. He now can't do the runaway piece. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Maybe they don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective.
Objective, yep.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make the game last longer because this is going quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Like this leg is a good example, right? So like you look at this side, you're thinking mostly green. You come over on this side where the light's coming from, and you look at that leg, and it's like bam, blammo, kapow, Catalina wine mixer.
It's Domino. Gotta love her.
Domino. Orders usually in 30 minutes.
Bullseye
You get
down.
10 pizza points every time you play her.
Domino is definitely a X-Men wine mom.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yep. Baron Zemo.
Bullseye down there at the bottom of the board for Sooner, and then he is going to place his Deadpool right on top.
Deadpool.
And there's Cable, hanging out with his best friend, Baron Zemo.
I look like a spook.
By the way, if you guys have not been taking clips, you guys should be ashamed of yourself because I have said so many things that I would be embarrassed to see play on the clip thing. And you guys need to step it up.
Sooner. Putting another